People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Jason Ellis.
It's the Jason Ellis Show!
Viking, Moose Knuckle, Red the Dragon, Knight, Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Pain, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, a scintillating bloodbath of hellacious fury, Evil, Cannabis, Interesting Thing, Awesome!
Radio. Tigers, elephants, orangutans, lions, bears. They'll make you stare. Dragons, salamanders, fish in the sea. Know what I mean? Jason Ellis.
Fuck you!
Michael Tully.
I'm not very sexy.
Dingo.
Pound for pound.
Andrew Groose. Absolutely. Kevin Kraft.
Don't worry, we got the bases covered.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
Live from Hollywood.
House is blown up.
This is the Jason Ellis Show.
Check. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. It's Monday and it's great to be here. I feel weird in this voice though. It's unnecessary. You watched The Grey before?
Who?
The Grey.
The Grey?
Yeah, that movie, The Grey. I watched that movie a lot of times. I really liked it. I don't know why.
It's about a shark?
No, it's about wolves. Close. Furry sharks.
Yeah.
But I watched it again last night for, I don't know, but I'd taken a big gap from watching The Grey. Because I felt like I had done my due diligence with... Yes, exactly. with The Grey. But I was so bored and I was going to go to sleep and I used it to go to sleep. And all of a sudden, I was kind of dragged into it again. I'm like, oh, yeah, there are parts of this movie that are stupid. The wolves, for instance, I think maybe technology is already better again because I kind of felt like the worst, the alpha wolf, very never-ending story. I don't know if anybody caught that flick, but...
The Never-Ending Story?
It may surprise you to learn that I have never seen The Grey, but I recently watched Never-Ending Story.
Never-Ending Story is one of the greats of all time.
Your
No, it
kid
is
is
not.
called Grey.
Yes.
I figured you would have watched it just on that principle alone and Liam Neeson. I don't know why, because he's Irish or something. I don't know why, but I thought that one could have got you.
You
No.
might have thought that I would have watched a movie called Tully, which came out in the last 2 years.
Yeah, but that one looks stupid, though.
I would be...
I haven't watched it, and I would have, but I'm like, that looks like the last movie Jason would want to watch.
Like The Grey is like I'm open. I've heard enough good things about it, mainly in
Really?
this room. I'm open to watching it. It just never is the one that I pick.
See, I've never watched it because I've always been told that it's a steaming pile of shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I've just heard
Tully?
it was good from you. I've heard many times
Yeah,
that
I
it
was
was good.
gonna-
They may have all been you.
I was gonna say, for me, maybe not such a good move, really, because it depends on who you are. But it is cheesy a little bit, but there are bits in it where, I mean, it's just man dealing with death, rationalizing death, because it's, and this dude seems to know everything, but there's kind of bullshit that's ridiculous, and he kind of talks about, oh no, here they come, and the wolves, and the wolves, the pack mentality and how they all go about things, maybe a little over dramatized, but it's still it just shows, I don't know, it just seems like like one guy at one point, I don't want to spoiler alert or anything, but he doesn't want to, he's like, I don't fucking care anymore, and what have I got to go back to anyway when I just do this one thing all day and then I go to the bar and get drunk as fuck? Like, there's no real point. Look at this scene that I have here, the scenery, and he kind of just gives up. Kind of, but he talks to the other guys about it, and they go, don't give up. And he's like, no, this is it. It's over for me. And then they shake his hand. and they leave him there.
I don't know what's happening.
It's a movie. It's
It's
pretty
all
cool.
these guys that are out there, and there's wolves
Plane crash.
hot on their
Oh,
tail.
plane crash.
And they're in the
everybody-
snow.
Yep.
And worst case, because you think like, wow, I survived a plane crash. Nah,
It's
way
like-
worse. You survived a plane crash, and now you landed where wolves are, and they're taking you down one by one.
Wow.
And you might decide, everybody thinks, your initial response would be, well, we got to survive or do what we got to do. But you might find that when you start finding out over the course of hours and days what that's really going to take, then you find out what you're really made of. And you're saying this one guy decides his rational decision is to give up.
After a ridiculously vigorous amount of time
Yeah.
staying alive, too. Like, he did not give up straight away.
Yeah.
But at one point, he was injured,
Mhm.
and it was, and these wolves were just on them everywhere they go, and they were doing impossible stuff. A lot of people die. It's just people dying in the worst ways possible. It's kind of dark, but I don't know why, but I was also thinking of Butterballs. Do you remember how Butterballs made himself Butterballs?
No.
I just thought to myself, because I am getting older, and I don't know how many, nobody even wants to see an old man fight anymore. So really, I just got a couple more years, and then that'll do. And I thought about how that guy a long time ago at an Ellis Mania, after having a boxer come in here who was a good boxer from Australia, and somehow he befriended the show. What is his name? Can't remember his name, but he did a thing where he touched his heel boxing. He was showboating, and he showed us some weird showboating stuff that you wouldn't do unless you were really, really trying to be funny or over the top. And Butterballs at an Ellis Mania got, he got the American flag shorts and a robe, and when he started fighting a guy, but this is a guy that Butterballs has no boxing experience, and started doing the things that this one professional boxer was doing in front of all of us on the show, started imitating him while he was fighting somebody that was a real fight. And it was so ballsy and so
Did you just get
courageous.
distracted by the King of the Cage lady?
Yeah. It was so courageous.
Man, that's hot. King of the Cage may not be the UFC.
They don't usually do that. That was an unusual. That was top notch.
She was UFC caliber
Yeah,
ring girl
no,
and beyond.
She might be able to move up to past Bellator immediately, straight to UFC.
She might be in title contention already. Wow.
She might be a Mac.
Oh my
Does Maxim
goodness.
exist? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it does. Yes. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Anyway, what was I saying?
Butterballs, Australian boxer guy.
So yeah, he put that courage on the line and did that and made himself a legend. And it's like, a legend to who? And I thought, if I'm Balls, my family and my friends know that. Like, they remember that. And now he's got 2 kids, so they'll remember that.
Yep.
And it's over. There's no next year. There's no, you can't keep doing it. And there's nothing wrong with moving on. I think it's a good idea. I think Balls retiring and moving on is a good idea. It's not your job, for fuck's sake. It's a joke. But you put your shit on the line and so hard that a couple thousand people saw that, and then news spread. I believe, hundreds of thousands of people know about Butterballs and his courageous moves in the boxing ring. And forever, he's kind of legendary for those moments that he did at that particular time. Like the things that I take for granted that I did on a skateboard. People listen, they don't care, they don't know. But I do, and I forgot about it. And there's people that did care, that were there, that understand the work that went in there and the courage that went into it. And you should be proud of yourself when things like that happen. Because it's, what else have you got in your life to, like, all the little things that you did in your life? What was something that you did that you were proud of? And some people, I feel like a lot of people don't ever do that. They don't ever try to just do something courageous. And I don't think it's ever a regretful thing for somebody to do that.
Well, they always say, right, you don't regret the things that you fail at, even though it's not entirely true. We all know you regret the things that you never tried.
Right.
I believe I mostly subscribe to that.
Yeah, you can be a little off. There's definitely ones where you're like, oh man, I totally regret.
I wish I hadn't failed at that one thing.
I can think of like 20 right now.
Yeah.
But I can also think of thousands of times where it's the opposite for that.
Yeah.
Like, it really did work out even when it kind of didn't work out.
There's a special kind of regret to inaction, when you had an opportunity to maybe try something and you didn't take, and you maybe made excuses for why you didn't take advantage of it. Doing nothing and then looking back on that later and realizing you shouldn't have done that and you can't change it now, that's a bad regret.
See, and that's why I know that maybe, because not everybody is, I had a heart condition thing. I trained to get punching in. I went to Colombia and get stem cells, and they're telling me you got no ligaments in your leg. It is going to end. It is going to be over. And you know what? I might be wrong on the whole, when the doctors told me, they said, you should definitely get knee surgery on your left knee, otherwise you'll get a knee replacement. And I was like, what's wrong with getting a knee replacement? And they said, you're so young to get a knee replacement. I was like, so young? I'm old as fuck. You're talking to a guy that thought he was going to die when he was 25, when he was 16. I'm almost 50. I feel like I'm fucking ancient. So them telling me that, I can't even understand what you guys are talking about. I'm old as fuck. But maybe there is a thing where you go, maybe I go to 60 and maybe I can walk around and I go to dinner with my wife and I'm like, that's a good life. I'm talking, I can see shit. Maybe that will happen.
Maybe you'll still be able to see in 13 years.
I don't, you're looking at it, I don't believe it.
Let's hope so.
Man, my heart fucking jumps all the time, you guys, all the time. Sometimes it just goes, doof. And that could just be it. I could not be here ever again, not see my kids, nothing. All the time that's with me. I'm not going to not do shit. Why does that make me emotional? I like it makes me emotional. I'm fucking attached to my existence, god damn it. I like being alive. And if I die, I want to do what the guy did on the
Gray.
On the Gray. I want to just fucking...
Are you going to spoil it? Spoil it.
Well, no, not that guy. Not the main guy.
What happens?
The other guy that gave up.
He gets eaten.
They don't actually show that. They just show him looking at the scenery. And then it's the guy that can box, too. He trained at Justin Fortune's.
He was on the show, right?
Yeah,
Frank Grillo?
Frank Grillo, yeah. He does awesome in that movie, man. But
he's
yeah.
in Avengers Endgame for a second, too.
He's fucking on fire.
Yeah.
But he sits down up against this log, and his back's all fucked up because the wolf bit him on the back, and he's spitting blood like an hour before that. And he's like, I'm fucking checking out this view, and I'm good with it. I want to be good with it. I want to do all the things that I was supposed to do and more, and go, fuck yeah, man. And then if that comes, then no, you ain't gonna fucking see it. You ain't gonna be here. I just want to be good with it. I want to do good stuff.
You never know when the monster truck you're looking at may be the last monster truck you ever see.
See, I don't know. I didn't talk. I wanted to talk to Will about talking about monster trucks before I went on the show. Because that shit was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You went to a monster truck rally?
I can't even.
I don't know if it was a monster truck rally. It was a monster jam. I can break down the jam format for you.
Were there monsters there?
Go ahead.
There were monster trucks there.
No, there's one monster truck that is a monster, and it's a zombie, and everybody in the crowd holds their hands out like the hands that are on the monster truck.
Wait, so you're saying you didn't have a good time?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
What are you saying?
I think you would be allowed to.
I
say
had
that
tickets.
if
I
you-
was supposed to go, but I was in Canada.
I noticed there was some monster.
There's one
logos.
monster truck in that one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monster.
Like an actual monster.
Monster Energy?
Well, no, it's monster and monster, but not actually a monster.
Oh my God! You're
Like a
confusing.
Frankenstein?
There's
Yeah,
like-
it's not an. It's a
Grave
monster.
digger?
It's a monster truck, and it is sponsored by Monster Energy drink. But there
That's
were no
true.
actual.
I got so
monsters.
cool. They almost made a wolf knife monster truck.
That would have been cool.
Would have been.
Is
Great.
there still
And I
the-
could have done it because there's people in their event that aren't as good as me at driving.
Is there still the Metal Militia one?
No.
I had a feeling you were going to have thoughts on the driving.
Yeah, I mean the buggy,
Wait, where was
race and the
this?
4-wheeler race. I'm faster than everybody there.
Okay, so it's at the Staples Center. They were there all weekend. They
I
did
did not
5
know
I
shows.
don't
about
even know if it's a real
this.
contest. I feel like it's kind of a show contest.
We used
Yeah,
to
it's not real.
We used to go
It's
to
like
tractor
WWE.
pulls.
They give everybody medals and they say these athletes are the highest level. And I'm like,
They are athletes.
Dude, that guy's like 350 pounds. He can barely get out the door. Come on.
It was. Look, so we can compare experiences. I brought my kid, and we'd had a very, very fun, very, very long weekend, and he'd been in a pool all day. And I think under most circumstances he would have been asleep when we were at the monster truck thing from the day he'd had.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I had my reservations about what I was seeing, and I fully thought that he was going to turn to me 30, 45 minutes in and go, would it be okay if we left? And instead, this morning, I woke up and he is still telling me, "Did you know this and did you know that about all the monster truck
Right,
trivia
because they
shit?"
play it for the. It's real. It's for
really
really young.
It's for
people.
real little
Yeah.
kids, and it was a bullseye with him.
Yeah, no,
He loved the fuck out of it.
My son said that he would go the next day to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, even up to Tiger's age, because my kid wants to go back.
Yeah, when they said who's coming back tomorrow, and I said to Katie, who would come back? And Tiger goes, I would, and I was like, oh, good, buddy. Well, maybe you can talk to your mum about it because I'm not.
Yeah,
But
once
my
is
daughter
funny.
and I had the best time ever because my daughter would. The guy, it was more the announcer would say stuff that was on the nose, and I would look at my daughter, and she was like, "Really, Dad? Really? This is where we are? Really? He's saying that? Really?"
What that he was saying that they were very
Just
good
what?
athletes.
Just all the cheese that came, the interview,
It's
and
extra
the guys.
kooky.
I'm gonna be giving it all going in, but then I gotta go break it down, dude. Woo! And it's, like several times, guys said that they were gonna burn it up, break it down, give it to you, and there was a sentence where it was so. They were trying to heat it up, and they were so not talkers that they didn't even make sense.
Yeah.
They said sentences that don't go together, and it's like merch,
But it's
beer, and it just seemed like a little bit of a.
The guy who drove Gravedigger was well aware that people have to work very hard for their money, and for what they do to get their hard-earned money, he was going to be working that much harder to give them entertainment value.
Yeah.
That was very, very important to him. Clearly,
Yeah, like somebody might have.
the announcer or Gravedigger.
no, the guy who drove
driving
Gravedigger. Yeah.
And then there's the military guy.
Is the stadium
Did
full?
he win again? Because you know what it reminds me of?
No.
It's sort of a little
Not
bit
even
of
close?
a.
Well, it was 5 shows. I went to the
What's the-
Sunday night one. That would have been the least busy one.
How
I guess.
busy was it? Half full?
I don't know. It wasn't that.
Not
It
even?
wasn't packed.
It's like medieval times.
Yeah, a little bit.
They just don't serve you
What's the movie Idiocracy?
Yeah.
Like holy shit, dude! When coming up next, you know what I mean?
Like-
It's the-
I wonder what's the longevity on those things. Like how
what,
much?
do, what do you mean?
On these events?
They're going on forever.
They've
But
been
the other
going
thing
on-
was
it's
when
been happening for a long time
Yeah.
already.
Gravedigger's been around since I was a kid.
I think we went to one where it was I was surprised that they did anything in there. Like the jumps were really, the whole course seemed super small. And I was like, wait, what? That's not like the ones that I see in the videos. What is this? It seemed like.
Yeah, I guess maybe the arena show's got to be a little bit more compact.
They must spend, it's just so much money. Those cars must be worth so much money, and they roll them.
Well, they're
I mean,
they're really expensive to run.
They're crashing them, and they're not crashing them on purpose. Like
No.
these guys are just like, I don't know, they're going for it, but they kind of. So, I mean, there was a girl that was driving that was really bad.
I forget the
The
statistic
Scooby-Doo
on
lady?
it,
She couldn't.
but we had one of those things out in the desert.
I think they may have been breaking in the Scooby-Doo lady.
Right, but
That
it
was
was
my theory.
But that.
But at one point after she did successfully, I think, accidentally do the most amazing trick at the end of her freestyle thing. She like landed.
Not when I was
she
there.
like landed. No, I saw some other things where for even me to notice, like, okay, she might be new.
Yeah.
She like landed on one wheel coming out of the freestyle thing, and then sort of fell from the front right all the way to the back left, and managed to pull it off, and it was pretty incredible. I don't know if she totally did it on purpose.
Right, because there was like a wheelie contest at one
Yeah.
point, and she tried to do
No,
it.
she
and
was
just
having trouble getting up. She
failed
couldn't get
hard.
up on
I'm
two
like,
wheels.
man, what?
But at that point, she was. We had great seats. Thank you very much to Monster Jam. My kid looked inside her car and waved, and she fully fucking waved
Oh,
back at
that's
him.
cool.
So shit like that goes a long way.
Yeah, for the.
Yeah, he doesn't know that she
Doesn't know how to drive.
theoretically during the competition for who can do the best thing on two wheels should be able to get it on two wheels at some point.
Did they
Right,
have
just a little bit, right? Just go for the gusto, crank it a little bit. Just seem a little tender-footed. That's all.
Did they have
What do I know?
the high-pitched ghoulie voice announcer at all through
He's
any of it?
working hard, man. I feel like these guys are working their asses off to like hopefully get a real job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Comes Gravedigger!
Yeah, of course they do that.
No, that's a deep voice guy.
But the girl that was talking was super Disney on Ice, and she was even plugging tickets for it. I'm like, wait,
Plugging
can
tickets
you
for
ice
Disney
skate?
on Ice?
I feel like she might be an ice skater, and they got her to like, because she does like she talks to the kids like she's acting through them. She's not even looking at. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, and you've come here, and the kids are very cute. I will give it all the kids that talk. I walk 18 in a week. They're very cute kids. I love that. But the guy and the girl that are talking, I don't know. I'm a hater, man. Sorry.
The kids at
It was
mine,
cringe the whole time.
I sympathized because the kids at mine were horrible. She would be like, "So who do you want to win?" The kid would be like, "I have my dad's phone."
He said, "I have my dad's phone."
And she was like,
That's
"Well,
not a
that's
car,
cool, but
moron."
you know."
That's not even one of the trucks, you idiot.
Yeah. She pre-interviewed my son to see if he could actually like name
Wait,
lots.
did you do it?
No, I think she was going to. I think she was going to, and then I
you had
think
a
just
pre-interview.
she came over and asked him if he pretty much can you name one of the cars, and he was
Yeah.
like, "I think so and so is going to win," and she's like, "Oh, wow, okay, yeah, I'll be back."
And
then
didn't.
and then we
Fuck. Because that's huge. If your kid's on the screen, he
Yeah.
goes, "I think, you know what I mean, Zombie Man's going to win." And everyone goes, "Oh," and the kid, you can tell the kid's pumped as hell.
Yeah.
And then they give him like some useless toy thing.
Yeah, what was the thing that they were giving away? So the Disney
I
on
think they
Ice,
give you tickets to come back and spend more money on merch.
the Disney on Ice thing was solid, but the other one, what was it? It may have been dental stuff. I mean, it's really like not
What,
a thing.
what?
It was like a
Oh,
gift
no,
certificate.
no, this whole road gets a dental checkup. Yeah.
Oh.
Kids love that.
Yeah,
Dental checkup.
the whole road just fucking clean teeth.
If there's one thing they love,
Monster trucks, boom.
dentist. Trip to the dentist. You guys
Marijuana, y'all.
You guys just put that together for me. I never understood this when I was a kid. You know, you go to tractor pulls and monster truck shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's aimed for 10 to 15.
Less.
Oh, I thought you were
I'd
going to
say
say
less,
people
dude.
that
Yeah,
like,
lower.
oh, you look like a crowd that you could use some dental care.
No.
Well, dude, there was a kid next to
They pull out a T-shirt cannon that's launching dental
Dude,
referrals.
there was a kid sitting next to us that had a full ghost mask on because he was, a gravedigger or whatever, and he screamed the entire show and drank Coca-Cola from his mum's cup, his dad's cup, and candy. And then I didn't know, but Katie said that the kid had like black teeth and and some metal ones, like he'd had like the full.
Oh, too bad he wasn't in the dental row.
Yeah.
But
I wish I had gone to that.
Maybe that's why they were there.
that's why you cringed. That's why you cringed, is because anything that's aimed towards that age group, it's gonna be super cheesy.
I can't
to
help.
you.
I can't help seeing the unhealthy part of it. You know, like I caught that as like you can only get really bad food. I'm not gonna say it. It just seemed
Well, what about the bit where
orchestrated to suck you of your.
Isn't every event orchestrated to suck all the money out of your wallet?
Yeah, my kid
I
came away.
feel like if I go to X Games, the guys that are in that contest are going for broke, and that makes a difference to me.
Yeah, but still, they're gonna charge you $40 for a shirt and a sticker and a ring with the symbol on
My
it.
kid came away and said, so
Yeah, you're right.
they sell.
You're right.
They sell obviously the little toy cars, and he got one of those. He got the Megalodon. He was very excited about that. And they sell dirt.
They sell dirt?
Yeah, Monster Jam dirt that you can make like a little mound out of, so you can replicate the jumps and stuff. Because obviously, actual like mud from your backyard could never do that same job.
Oh, that's like dirt from the Vatican or something.
And no. It's not the dirt from the monster. It's just that they sell dirt that's branded, dude. And he came away and he told my wife when we got home, they'll let you buy all the cars.
Oh, wait, whoa.
Yeah,
You're not talking about. I think you're talking about, because there's monster truck dirt that you can get with little monster truck toys, and it's packed so you can pack it down and make ramps out of it.
Yeah.
You can grow some good corn in that too.
That stuff's not normal dirt. That stuff's actually pretty good. I was thinking about buying some of that.
Okay.
That looked pretty good. I was
Wow.
serious. They did a commercial of it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I told my wife, I said, that shit looks pretty good. It's like, what the fuck
No, you
would you
can
want? I'm like, I don't know. It looks like you can make a lot of jumps out of that.
You
So
can
there's
build
your
like
market.
you can build like a pyramid out of
Yes.
the
Yeah.
dirt.
So it's like clay dirt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it goes harder. You can make a loop out of it. And
Very
shit.
smart of them.
Yeah, that's a good move. Good
If
move.
I went,
Delicious.
I'd probably try and buy some dirt too.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
could sell you some
It was a
dirt.
great event. The kids loved it. But we have a guest. We've got to
did.
move on. Yeah, here we go. How you doing?
Hello and welcome, brand new member of the SiriusXM Pandora family.
Yes.
Fortune Feemster, hello.
How's it going?
Hey, fam.
Hey,
You-
fam, let's hug.
You did a show today.
I did this
Your
morning.
first show.
Yeah, bright
Ever.
and early. First show ever. We did a couple test shows.
What? You did
Yeah.
a show that wasn't even real?
I know. They better put it on somewhere because there was some real gold.
How many test shows did you do before they made you let the real show go out?
3. They wanted to make.
What the fuck is that?
They wanted to make sure we didn't suck.
What?
They
Man,
let-
you
they
guys got a lot of hype behind you, man. They let me suck for like 10 years. I
Oh,
I
yeah?
still don't think anyone's listening to what I'm saying.
I listen.
We might still be in the test phase.
What?
I first heard about you listening to Stern.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Kind of. So I guess at least we're not naked in the steam room when you bring that up. Because
That's-
usually that's the one where I'm like, oh, cool. Well, that's my dick
They're-
again.
Oh, from George Takei's.
My dick's always out there. So it's
Yeah.
usually, I'm like,
I've seen your picture.
I was
with
trying to
the-
be funny.
with the blur over it.
yeah, I'm glad they blurred.
Yeah.
I just don't, I'm actually, no, I'd rather it was blurred. It just seems like that's a thing that I do all the time, but I only do it to get on the Howard Stern show.
Yeah.
Seems like they only want me to pull my penis out.
I don't have a penis, otherwise I would use that.
You could pull your clit out and they would go for it.
I don't think so.
I think the Stern show would go.
Not anymore.
just trying to.
Like now.
Maybe
now,
that's why I got denied. The last time I've tried to pitch myself and they shut me down.
Well,
I was like, maybe it's over.
Now they're doing like real interviews. Like.
That's not true. I follow them. They fucking Richard got jerked off the other day, didn't they? They both didn't. Benji jerk off Sal and Richard on the couch to see who got a
yeah,
boner.
they were sitting beside. That's right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Right.
sure.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Right, well, yeah.
Pretty sure they're still going.
In fairness, Howard was interviewing Elton John at the exact same time.
Yeah, so there was some serious content. in
Yeah,
there.
high, low, high and low, bro, same time.
So you're a comedian and you're so funny that they're like, Netflix is this huge channel that's gonna take over all the other channels, and it's so special that you had 3 shows that they wanted to
Yeah,
just
I get-
check. So that means the higher ups were like, oh, give me another one, crank it up a little more, do this, do that. They don't fucking know shit. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Should have just done the first one.
I know. I don't
Otherwise, why don't they do the show? I'll tell you what, they
Tell
can't do
them.
it. They're not that good at it.
Did they give you feedback in between test shows?
I mean, all positive is unless they had
Was there
feedback that
constructive part, like, when they do the thing, it'd be good if you did this thing, or do they still say it in a way where you're saying you were doing great, though, at the same time?
No, it seemed they were just like that went great, and there was no follow up.
They didn't do the insult sandwich?
No.
Where you got everything was great, talk about 50% as much, but otherwise
Yeah.
everything was great.
I feel like a month in, maybe we'll start getting those notes where they're like, okay, what you guys are doing, don't do that anymore. Do something else.
Did you get talked about insertion? You can't do insertion.
What do you mean?
You can't insert anything into your thing.
What do you mean? Oh,
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean, how
into-
much more do I have to explain
into
it?
my vagina?
Yes, God, you're pretty gross. You know
But-
that?
Yeah.
Really? It's a bit offensive.
In all fairness, I'm not allowed to put things in my butt either.
Yeah.
It's kind of
We
just
can-
like
we can-
a blanket
if you-
policy.
If you go out of the building, you can, though, because
That-
when we put a hose in your ass, remember?
Oh, yeah.
What?
That's
I did drink beer with my
off
butt.
campus. It's frat talk.
You're like, we'll just
Trying to
go
bro
across
down with
the
my
street.
executive producer.
That's the only rule is that you can't put things in holes.
You can't do it here. If I go to the hotel room, I can fuck everybody.
Okay. And do you?
Can we really though? I don't think we can. That's not true. I think it changed.
I think like fluids are a no-go. So like no bodily fluids.
So don't come.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Insertion and fluids are a big no-no here
Okay.
in the office.
So you don't know about that?
We need some clarity.
I didn't know. No, I
You
had
need to know about that.
we
You'll
got
get fired if you insert something in
We
yourself.
got a sexual harassment training, but they did not mention anything about inserting things because I feel like that goes beyond sexual harassment.
You're saying your show doesn't. I mean, it's only been one show, but you didn't get close to inserting anything.
No.
Oh, I have to deal with that all the time. Especially when I first started, it was such a struggle
To not put things
to not insert something.
in your asshole.
Everything. Everybody was. A lot of people came in and started trying to insert stuff in themselves too, and I was married and really bored. So I was like, "Whoa, would you really?" And then my Will would just keep telling me, "Hey man, no insertion."
But you're a good-looking guy. I can see how people would come in here and just want to put something in your butthole.
That you're so right. I deal with it day to day. Constant people saying, "Can I put stuff in
Yeah.
your butt?" And I'm a bit of a tease, really. I say that you can put it in, but I don't really
And
let
then you
anybody put
don't.
it in.
I don't have anyone trying to put anything in my hole.
Do you
So-
want stuff in your hole?
No, not.
Am I on the verge of the what's the thing you were just talking about? The
Harassment.
harassment thing?
I don't-
How close am I?
We might have crossed it.
No, you
Fucked
don't.
up.
You don't need any sexual harassment training. You're already very good
Right?
at
Yeah,
it.
stick with me. You'll be fine. Just
Good.
listen. Just do what I do, and your show will go great.
Yeah, I'll be like, at least I didn't do what Jason did, and they're like,
No.
oh, you're right.
I feel like you could have the option to do anything you wanted, and you're just doing that weird comedian thing where you talk down about yourself.
Me?
Yeah, you're getting boned all the time. Don't lie.
I'm engaged now, so.
See? And you're in charge. You tell her when to do it, or is it he? Who is it? Who are you boning? Are you a gay guy, or a gay girl, or a straight?
I'm a gay guy.
I'm a gay guy. Are you?
No, I'm a lesbian.
Are you?
Yeah.
Shout out.
You couldn't tell by my dad vacation outfit.
I guess that's the message you're trying to bring up. You could just be.
What vibes are you putting off?
Come on, Dingo.
A bad boy.
It's all bullshit.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
really.
can have your head tattooed.
I'm super emotional. Is that a bad boy? You know?
To be super emotional?
Yeah.
No, you're a bad boy with heart.
I'm a bad bitch. I'll say that.
Bitch.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that tough. I go to therapy a lot, so it's more of a
that's
thing to
good.
make people be scared of me
Yeah.
because I'm so scared. I think that's what it was originally.
All of this is a mask. Hide
Yeah,
it.
and then because I practiced so much to be scary, you know, I mean, I trained all this fighting and all this bullshit, and I did crazy stunts to make myself durable and strong.
Yeah.
To boost my insecurities because I was so insecure.
Okay.
So now, sure, I guess in a roundabout way, I kind of am scary now, but still inside here is just a little boy,
Yeah.
and I'm terrified of everything. And sure, I'll go, but I don't want to. I'm pretty scared.
Well, I didn't know what to expect with
Really?
you, and I find you delightful.
Yeah, I'm not a bad guy, right? You
No,
can tell.
Not at all.
Right. I mean, I did call you a gay guy just before that, but that
I
apart
get-
from that, I'm all right.
I get called sir a lot.
Do you really?
Yeah.
'Cause it's so obvious
It's
that
these
you're.
broad shoulders. They're not shoulders for a broad.
So if you're the person that wears a shirt that you're bringing up, that's more of like a Hawaii relaxing
Like a
kind of a vibe.
Kind of a Tommy Bahama.
Yeah. Does
sort
that
of
mean
vibe.
that you're like more the guy? Does your partner look more like a?
She's very feminine?
That's your thing.
Yeah, she's got long blonde hair, boobs, and I am
You're into that.
a comedian.
But that's how. Do you think that you've worked? Do you think that comedy has helped you get there?
100%.
Wait, is it not by using it, just more like the confidence that it's given
I
you,
think
right?
the confidence of like just being on stage and kind of being owning a room, like when you're performing.
So how long have you actually, like when you first started, how long ago was that?
I started at the Groundlings first. It was improv and sketch where like Kristen Wiig and Will Ferrell, all of them studied and performed there.
Oh, so you're trained.
Yeah.
Had you ever done stand-up before you took improv classes?
No, improv was my first thing because I just was like, I had moved to LA 2003 and I had a really hard time making friends out here because people just kind of did.
I would be your friend.
Good, but back then you might not have. Like,
What the fuck? I would like you then too. What?
people, I just was
Don't
kinda,
judge me.
I think because I got insecure. I was shy,
Yes.
and because I got shy and insecure, I was having a hard time.
Okay, I do
making
that all the
friends.
time too.
Yeah.
You kind of shut off when you're around people because.
Yeah, I became the observer.
Right.
And
I
then
do that.
I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start. I took improv just as to make friends, honestly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and my teachers kept being like, oh, you gotta keep doing this.
Because they could tell you had a gift.
Yeah, they just kept encouraging me, and it quickly became a passion where I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe that.
Is it a
this
thing that
exists?
you found to be naturally gifted at more so than anything you've tried in your life?
Yeah, for sure.
That's got to be pretty fucking cool when you figure that out,
Oh
right?
my god, it's like the whole everything opened up. My world just opened up.
Yeah.
Like everything made sense. Because before I was like, what am I gonna do for a living? I went to college. I was like studied communication. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Be a PR person? Like
Yeah.
I had no clue. And then all of a sudden I do this improv, this comedy, and I'm like, wait, you can make a living doing this?
Yeah, it's ridiculous,
I
right?
mean, I didn't make a living doing it for a very long time, but just finding a passion was huge.
So did you kind of move out to LA with not much of a plan?
I moved to LA. Long story short, I was the graduation speaker at my college, and our commencement speaker was an actress on CSI Miami, and we hit it off, and she hired me to be her personal assistant. So
That's pretty cool.
I moved out here to be her PA. Did her laundry, picked up, groceries.
You probably saw her vagina from time to time too, right?
I wish. I never saw the vagina. Boobs sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no.
I like working titties, you know?
working titties?
Yeah, like
What's a
titties
working
that are in the
titty?
middle of doing something and they just pop out and
They're
then
on
they go
a
back to
mission?
mission titties. That's super attractive to me. That and accidental titties. I know that makes me a bit of a perv, but it's I don't get boned up about it. I just
Yeah.
go, whoa, damn, that titty came out. That's crazy,
You
and
like
I think
this-
it's pretty cool.
Do you like the side titties?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm a really. I can't stop thinking about it.
About boobs?
I'm fucking all the time. I'm a fucking maniac.
You're big into fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like my sport.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I like boxing too, but I really like.
Do you at least wear a pedometer while you're doing it?
What's a pedometer?
Get your steps in. You're
Oh, yeah, nah, I don't. I mean, because I do the other training, so
the
to do the
MMA stuff.
yeah, so I don't need to. I have noticed if I ever get sick or anything that I've got tired before fucking, and that's when I know that
You gotta get
you need
back
to get your
the
shit
gym.
together because that's ridiculous.
Are you the kind of guy that goes for a long time? Like you make it a sport, or you like wham bam?
I mean, it depends on if it's a challenge, then sure, but I'm sometimes pretty pathetic. I feel like
yeah?
every now and then I hate saying it, but I mean, my wife can get that thing to happen sometimes where I just go, fuck, sorry. And I'm like, man, you are not, because sometimes I feel like I can make it,
stallion.
I get everybody, you know what I mean? I'm like, wow, that's cool. And then other times I'm like, meh, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you can only use the "this never happens" line so many times.
When you're married to her and it's happened a bunch of times, yeah, you're right.
Does that have something to do with substance, though? Like, if
What do you mean?
Like, if you're just completely sober, you can just go straight away.
I feel like sometimes in the morning it makes it, and it's her too. Like it depends on who it is as well. Sometimes things touch it, and you're like, oh, that's different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got to start like thinking about stuff to stop it. And sometimes,
naked grandma.
Just think about me.
well, I find you attractive. I don't know if that's offensive or
No,
not. But
I'm not offended by that at all.
yeah, I don't.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like you. There's like a thing.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
feel it.
I mean, I don't have much of a vagina,
I mean,
so
we're
it's
not.
not.
You're
It's
like,
not gonna work
you're like,
out.
We're not gonna fuck.
I'm gonna
but-
take my pants off. You're gonna be like, what? Fucking gross. Giant badge. I've got a huge badge.
Me too.
We should fight. Like just our private area,
Just throw
not the
things-
rest of
throw
us.
things in it
The rest of us should
outside.
get along,
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
So-
that's good that your wife still has that effect on you, though.
Okay,
Some people-
if the other way around, it'll be. But I will tell you. But that's why it's hard to admit because I know what it is. It's the ego
Yeah.
of me not get because I usually get her, and then when she's done, then I can go.
Really?
That's how it works for me.
Not a
'Cause
lot of dudes are like that. From
See,
from what I hear.
I think that has to be changing more.
I know, right, Michael? I
There
feel
can't
like
be that many guys still out there. Like
and
that.
those guys
Yeah.
are just louder, I think.
Yeah,
I think you're hearing a lot of "Fucking boo, I don't care," and I'm like, yeah, okay, Kyle, sounds good.
Mhm.
But there's other people out there that don't talk about it that I like to think most guys are like, if you get off, I win, kind of.
Right.
And then I get off on top of it, then yay, everybody wins. Why would I just fuck off next? I don't get that.
Yeah.
If I agreed to it in the first place,
Agree-
we're gonna go. You're gonna come all over the place.
Yeah.
That's the plan, And then I'm gonna go. Yeah, all right. Get ready for me, the champ. Otherwise,
My turn.
right. So even with my wife, if it doesn't work that way, she would if she was listening, she would call in and say it is one of the things she probably doesn't like about me. I'll get dark about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you just didn't come. You want to
You
now? You
wanna talk
later?
about
And
it?
then if she doesn't want to do it later, I'm like, what? I'm not good anymore. She's like, what the
Oh,
fuck is wrong with
yeah.
you? Just one time, all right? And I'm like, because it happened the other day.
Yeah.
She didn't finish, and I did. And then I couldn't. It took me a day and a half to still asking her, do you need
Oh,
it? Do you need
man.
it?
That's a long time.
Pretty pathetic.
I'm impressed by your determination, though.
Yeah, but I failed. That was the part that I was.
But when you tried again, you probably tried a lot harder.
Now you got a chip on your shoulder.
tried.
I was led to believe that there was more of a predictable trajectory to how this worked for men. Because the whole thing is when you're a kid and you first start having sex or whatever, it's like, oh, you come really fast. Everybody knows that. And I
Yeah.
think that people think that, like, old men, it's really hard for them maybe to finish at all.
Mhm.
And I just thought that meant in the middle, you're just like a guy who it's like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever you want it to be. And
40 minutes?
I don't feel all that.
What?
Yes, that can happen,
You're
Dingo.
like,
Yeah.
you're like that's 35 minutes longer than I was.
Wait, does that
aware
include
of.
dinner?
Wait, you're only
that the
doing the
whole
quick
thing?
ones?
I mean, like the long ones are like more of a like you've been on fucking, you're really fucking drunk or you're fucking on drugs. Yeah, 5 minutes, 5 minute max.
Oh wow. Okay.
5 minute max.
See, you.
Man.
That's.
You got to get that monster energy.
I don't think it's a bad thing to be involved in. I feel like when you're you just need a little bit in your life, it makes things less complicated. Like as a guy that needs a lot of it in my life, I feel like it's work. You
Like
know?
when you say a lot of it, how much a week?
I mean, all the time.
You're like
No, if I don't have the kids and I don't go to the gym, then can somebody jerk me off?
Okay,
Kinda.
gotcha.
And Katie, do you want to do it? No, you want to do it? Because if you don't want to do it, I'll go get someone's gonna wants to do it. Do you want to?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm kind of tired. You can
Yeah.
go
so
do it somewhere else, and then I'll go do it. Sometimes I'm like 2 or 3 in the day.
Yeah. Man. Okay.
Because I'm super into experiencing everybody and
Right.
stuff
Well, that
safely.
Well, you found your right partner then.
Yeah, because she's super okay with it, and I'm
Yeah.
super not okay with her doing it, and it's pathetic.
Oh, really? So she's
Yeah, I
she's
say
not-
you should do it, you should go, and then I get all sad and jealous.
So she doesn't.
It's pretty super unfair.
Well, I mean, she's clearly okay with it.
Hmm.
Or no, she's not.
And we're in a little bit of a thing right now from
Oh,
it. Yeah.
okay.
I want her to do it, but I don't know if it's
Yeah.
working out.
I mean, that's where it becomes.
Have you done that?
That's where I've never had a, I don't know what you'd call it, poly situation.
Yeah, you're not feeling that idea?
No. I mean, I didn't do it when I was single. I'd like start dating somebody and I'd be like, all right, we're in a relationship, right?
You
And they were
always-
like, no. So I don't know. I didn't know how to date around or,
So you never did it all?
no.
So it was more like you had a girlfriend and then you had a girlfriend and then you had a girlfriend?
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I don't, like I said, I feel like it's more work to do it like this.
Yeah.
There's like there's a bunch of feelings that people get
Even if
confused by.
we didn't call it like we were in a relationship, once I was dating someone, I kind of just stuck with them. But I also don't have a wiener, so I feel like
How's that?
I feel like wieners require more attention.
See, I've had this thing where my wife said to me, it's different for me because I have to trust the person because I have to open myself up to them. You don't. You just
Right.
fuck people.
Yeah, because it's an appendage.
She actually rationalized it with, how would you just let anybody fuck you? And I was like, no. And she's
Mhm.
like, right, you'd have to trust them, right?
Yeah.
Because they could do something that you don't really want and you need to trust that person. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. She's like, well, that's how I feel.
Oh, interesting.
So I
Yeah.
go, okay, I completely understand that because I
Mhm.
don't have to have that part.
Yeah, that makes sense because I feel like when with a penis, it's a little more detached feeling. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like the closest you can get is to like have somebody inside you.
Mhm.
Then you have more of an understanding of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And it is definitely, you have to let your guard down,
Mhm.
which is depending on who you are, could be really difficult.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah, for sure.
So now that you're going to get married, your parents are all pumped. Are you going to have a giant wedding and all that shit, or do you care?
No, we'll probably get married next year. We've been engaged for like 1.5 years, so we're taking it very slow.
That's all right.
And I think we'll probably have a small wedding. Like we might get married at like a courthouse and then just have a party.
Oh yeah.
We don't want my fiance is very shy. She's not in the entertainment business. She does not want a bunch of people looking at her.
Wow.
So yeah, she's one of those.
Yeah, but so you guys are completely opposite when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah, because I'm all like, the more the merrier. Let's have a bunch of people.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, no, I don't want a bunch of strangers around. So
But that makes more sense to me that she's probably really impressed by how calm and collected you are when it comes to just talking and communicating with everybody and being out there. Because I mean, I've done this show. I've been a professional skateboarder. I've been out there and I've done stand up. Just tried it a couple of times, and it is, it's up there with anything else that's been hard for me to do.
Yeah.
It's really embarrassing.
I mean, everybody a lot of people think they can do it. They're like, oh, I can do that.
That's what I thought.
And then they get up there and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
That's what happened.
Yeah, most of my shows are an hour long. It's just me with a microphone having to command, I don't know, a crowd of 400 people.
Yeah.
with sometimes silence, like letting jokes play out, and it's much easier if you have like a guitar or a band behind you, but just you and a microphone is kind of crazy.
You do an hour.
An hour, yeah.
And you're saying sometimes when you're doing that, you feel like maybe people might not be into it. Like this happens to you from time to time, or
not much now. I mean, just because I've been touring now since 2010, I kind of had a weird trajectory with stand-up. I started in 2007. I did it 2.5 years and got Last Comic Standing pretty early into my stand-up, and then 6 months after Last Comic Standing, I got Chelsea Lately, and so I went from being a 3-year stand-up to like headlining all over the U.S. So I had to just figure it out. I went from like 15 minutes of material. It's like, oh, you got to do 45 minimum.
But you also had the advantage of, Bill Burr has famously said that when you're coming up in stand-up, everything is a road game, and then when you get famous, everything is a home game.
Yeah.
When you get especially the Chelsea Lately bump, people are so excited that the person they love from the TV show is there. It's not a hostile room you're walking into.
For sure, because right before I got Chelsea, I was touring, and people were like, who the fuck is this? And you're just like, hi, guys. And once I got the show, a lot of the people that were coming kind of knew me and knew what to expect, so they give you a little bit more leeway.
You would have saw her vag for sure, right?
I've seen her boobs a lot.
Hell yeah,
but
they were for sure busy boobs, right?
Big busy boobs.
Those fuckers were in a hurry.
She'll walk around topless all day long. She
so
does
into her.
not care.
She came on here one time, and I was thinking, maybe she'll finally meet me, and this little old no.
And y'all didn't have a
She wasn't feeling
attraction?
it at all.
Huh.
Maybe I was having a bad day or something. Maybe I
Yeah.
wasn't looking as fucking
I think I took
attractive as I am today, obviously.
For sure.
I think I took my shirt off that show. That might have ruined it.
Did you really?
I think so.
That's not cool. I did not know that you did that.
You're like, this'll work. She's like, bye.
She seemed like she needed to get out of here immediately.
Bye.
She was in a hurry, right?
She was in a hurry.
Oh man. I think that her attraction changes. So if she came in here,
Here's my angle.
You never know.
She dated 50 Cent,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I thought I had my in. Does that make any sense
a
at
weird
all?
Yeah.
No, because I'm
a
super.
weird angle.
I'm like I got black friends that always. You're like a weird white black guy.
Right, but isn't that just most Australians?
Oh, really?
I guess maybe no. You're just talking about more ghetto fabulous bogans.
Yeah, that's
oh,
us.
Bogans. I've heard of I've performed in Australia.
Have you?
Yeah, Melbourne.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
Melbourne.
man.
And Sydney.
Must have done it if you said it that way. Because
Melbourne.
nah, mate, you don't say Melbourne. I don't know what the
Melbourne.
fuck you're talking about. You got to get corrected over and over again
Yeah.
so you give up, right? Yeah.
I did the festival out there. It was fun.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
people tell me about that.
Where are you from?
Melbourne.
You are from
Melbourne.
Melbourne. I loved all the bars on the rooftops there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was fun.
How's the scene there? Because it's 20 years, so I don't really go. How's the...
I mean, it was a cool city. I'd never been there before. I loved all the graffiti everywhere.
Big gay scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
remember that. That was
Mhm.
the beginning of my secret gay scene.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Good food. People
Got
like
gay.
Melbourne.
How did you accidentally get gay? You sat on a penis?
No, I never... Oh,
This
man.
isn't a chair.
It
I like this.
This
Didn't-
chair is
It didn't escalate to
hurts.
that for a long time.
Okay.
I think maybe a bunch of E-bombers and a trans girl at a dinner party.
Oh, okay.
That might have been the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a couple of run-ins when I was a youngster, too.
Yeah.
Some on purpose and some more just raped and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Bounce back.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gay community was always right near my community. And then I
Mhm.
felt like when I figured that out, nobody I knew that.
Yeah.
And then it seemed like when I started to go the last couple of times it was a long time ago when I lived there, but before I really left, I could tell. I was like, oh, wow, this whole street is super gay and everyone's super okay with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because and Sydney too is very
Yeah,
gay
yeah,
friendly.
right.
But you never go back to visit?
I'm actually going to go back this year, I think. It depends. It costs a lot of money, but I haven't been back for a long time.
Yeah, you
But
don't
my
really,
kids want to see my brother's kids, so
you don't really miss it.
nah.
Yeah.
No, I kind of really detach myself from things.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird how I've noticed that. I do that with the Australia to come here to be a skateboarder, and then I
Yeah.
detached myself from skateboarding to come up here to be a radio person.
Mm-hmm.
Now I start to talk to all my skateboard friends again lately, and I'm like, wow, you fucking straight up detached yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you talked to maybe 3 people from that community
Oh, interesting.
and didn't talk to anybody anymore. You just, I guess, Instagram.
I wonder why you.
I can see what they're doing. Seems like they're doing
Yeah.
good.
You're just like not a nostalgic kind of guy. You're just kind of, I did that and move on.
I think maybe it's a pain thing. Like, the nostalgia might be a little too painful, so I disconnect from it to think that I'm not there anymore.
Because you love skateboarding so much, it was such a big part of your life, and now you can't do it, so it's hard to watch other people doing it.
It was definitely hard. It took a long. Whenever I still find it difficult to go and be really bad while everyone's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a thing where I go, what? And I'm like, why do you care?
Yeah.
You should be happy for everybody, you dickhead.
Yeah.
And then I go, yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm having this conversation, so obviously it's not completely cured.
Yeah. But, but you're coming back around if you're talking to your skateboarding friends.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. What about you? Have you ever been dusted by a comic and thought, fuck that guy, fuck that chick, I'm not going to be friends with them anymore because they were so funny?
I mean, you see people all the time that get opportunities or are having successes in their career where there's a part of you that's like, oh, man.
I could have done that job.
Yeah.
Maybe
but,
better than that person.
For sure. But then you have to just remember that everyone's on their own track or whatever, and it comes to everybody when it's supposed to, or I don't know. I've seen people who I've been like, that person is the funniest person I've ever seen in my life. Why are they not famous? Why do they not have this?
Right.
And it seems so unfair because then you see some clown,
Oh, clowns! Don't get me started.
How does that happen though? Is it like they're all just auditioning, going to the right auditions, or does like a scout or a producer just happen to go to the Comedy Store that night?
Who knows? It's like fame and
Bit of butt
success is like. I mean, no one can really like say, "Oh, this is why that person got it and they didn't." But then you see things kind of align, and the person that you thought was so funny finally finds their thing. And like podcasting, it might be a different path than what they envisioned for themselves, but they find that success, which then opens all these other doors.
Did you envision radio?
Never. I started as an intern at a radio show when I was in college.
Terrestrial.
Yeah.
Right.
It was the popular morning show there, and I had to find an internship, and my tennis coach knew the DJ.
Tennis coach?
Yeah.
You play tennis?
I played tennis.
Fuck yeah.
I played in college. I loved it, but then I never worked in radio again until this morning.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of trippy to have it come full circle.
Sounds like they're putting a lot of pressure on you too. 3 rehearsals, that's ridiculous.
I mean, was it weird when you're doing a show knowing it's not going out to anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel weird doing that?
Yeah, well, I think they'll end up using some of those shows.
I was going to say, right?
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah, because we interviewed people and had people come in, so I feel like those will end up making it.
Hey, Will.
Yeah, why not?
Point.
You made me do that, right, when I moved up to L.A.?
Yeah. We did that a few times.
Well, the test shows?
I'm punchy as hell, so but it's all coming back. Yeah, I remember I had to sit in a little room by myself and do voice breaks.
Yeah.
Where I told stories that were actually kind of hard for me to tell because I've always been a fucking blabbermouth about what's the most painful thing that I'm thinking about.
Right.
And I don't think that played anywhere. I just said it. But I was, just like here, I feel like you're pretty committed to this, right? You want it to work.
For sure.
100% in the game.
I'm excited to do it. Well, it's not. It also fits with what I'm already doing because it's for Netflix radio, so it's all about comedy. It's all about we interview stand-ups. We don't play music. We play stand-up clips. So it still fits in with what I'm doing. I tour. I'm on the road every weekend, so it's a good way to like plug shows. Meet other comics. So.
How did you get put together with Tom? Did you two decide to do the show together, or
I think reached out to Tom first, and then had like a short list of like, here are some comics, and he and I liked each other and had.
You have some kind of friendship relationship,
and we share a good mutual friend, and he just was like, "Oh, Fortune," and so he reached out, and I was like, Yeah, sounds awesome.
Does he talk about baking bread a lot?
He hasn't yet, but I feel like that's coming.
Yes, it is.
He loves,
Is he a bread guy?
He loves
Oh
the
my
bread.
God, is he a bread guy?
What the fuck is a bread guy?
He
Why would
makes,
you be a bread
he
guy?
makes bread all the time.
I
Yeah.
fucking hate dudes that make bread, man.
Do you even eat bread? You don't strike me as a gluten guy.
No, I fuck gluten it up. You serious? You don't. I swear to you, don't know me. We will
Jason,
fucking.
I'm gonna get to know
I
you.
will tongue dart a loaf of bread. I
Really?
have, yeah. I carb up.
Yeah.
I'm a stoner, so like
Yeah.
I'll have dinner and then I go, Katie, what's for any snacks and then I will destroy
Yeah.
shit. I'm very bad at it.
Because you probably work out a lot, yeah.
I think that's how I get away with it, and I'm on steroids. But
There's that.
with the bread thing, I met a guy, I sparred a guy who's super fit, really good looking. He's a model, and he has 6-pack abs and stuff. And he introduced me as a guy that he makes his own bread. Was in the first 5 minutes of conversation where he said he made his own bread and he ran 10 miles and he rode a bike 10 miles every day. And I thought, wow, I'm seriously in for it with this guy.
Yeah. Was this a Grinder profile?
No.
It feels
Are you on Grindr?
No, I'm not allowed. I'm not
Yeah, you are.
I'm not a gay man.
You're allowed on there. Everybody's allowed
Wait,
on there. Last night I
they
got hit
allow
on by
chicks?
2 girls that were male to female to male now.
Oh,
so they
okay.
they had
So they were
the chest.
transitioning or transitioning.
Yeah, but they sent me vagina photos. There's a goddamn vagina. I'm like,
Oh.
Katie, look at this. Katie's really not into
vagina.
a vagina that has a lot of man hair around it, and if you're trans,
Oh, you get
I don't know.
hair because they're
yeah,
taking,
they want to be.
s-
They take that's right. They take
yeah,
the opposite
testosterone,
right?
yeah.
So they take that, and they try to be more of a man. They have the surgery, so they have a flat chest,
Yeah.
and they have. You can still tell that it's a girly hip
Right.
area, and they have a vagina and a butthole, but it's like a hairy with a hair. Like sometimes they have hair on their butt and stuff, which I'm cool for. I don't know. People are gonna get weird about it. Sorry.
I mean, I probably should know this, but do they prefer using their vagina or their in the butt?
It's not. No, they sounded like they wanted it in the vagina.
In the vagina.
I didn't
okay.
go because
I don't know how to. I'm like trying to ask politely. I don't know.
They're not listening, so I think it's okay. It just fell through. But.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. I'm not on Grindr because I didn't think I would find anything for me on there, unless
never know.
unless someone's got good restaurant recommendations.
They have that on there. Good masseuses. They do. There's a lot of great information on there. Rent. You could rent a room.
On Grindr?
There's always people on there saying that they're either looking to rent a room, looking to rent off somebody, or have a room available for you to rent. That's it. That's in there a lot too. I don't know if that's part of the.
Well,
hey, when you go to check out the room, they just blow you, and it really wasn't a room, but it says it a lot.
They're like, I have a room for rent, and also I'll suck your dick.
Wait, you know what? I lied about the room, but thanks for letting me suck your dick. That's kind of what I think happened.
The funny thing about the room, it's my butt.
My butt's for rent.
Here's the deal: rent's free, and it's in my ass. Right, that might be it.
Oh, you live a fun life.
I really do. I was just saying before you got here, I have to because I don't know how much longer I'll be here. So I'm just trying to have fun and do cool stuff. And if I feel like I want to do it, I'm going to try it.
You got a long road ahead of you.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I think I'll be all right.
You're a young guy.
Mm,
You're not skateboarding years.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I hope you're right.
You take good care of yourself?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I do, but I also
Yeah.
do bad things.
Right. But I
don't think smoking weed is that good for you. I don't think it's good for you.
It's a plant.
I just feel like if I didn't do that, I would do painkillers, and I don't think it's a good idea.
better
to do
than painkillers.
That's why I do.
Oh, 100%.
That's why I do smack. You know?
He's fun. It's a little bit.
It comes from the earth.
It's organic.
As a Christian, I say, why did God put it there if He didn't want me to smack it up?
That's true.
You've always said that, Marco. As a Christian, that's how you start your sentences. We should stop doing it, actually.
So do you have any fun guests lined up for your show?
Joe Coy, I know, is on tomorrow.
He's great. Most
very
attractive
handsome
comedian I've ever met.
Yeah.
I'm
Joe's
into him.
awesome.
You tell him I said that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he knows I think he's fucking sexy as hell.
He'll be flattered.
Yeah,
He also
is.
loves it when you ask if he gets down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll ask him if he gets down.
You should.
We had Ricky Gervais today.
Oh,
and,
wait, he was here?
No, he called from New York.
Fucking comedians. I can't
Yeah.
get anybody cool like
Kyle
that.
Kinane.
I like Kyle.
And
He's
they
cool.
don't really tell us until like the day before, so I don't know.
Really?
I don't know who else. will be coming around. But I mean, basically, they want to promote their Netflix specials. So anybody who's done a special,
that means you're gonna get
everyone.
Yeah.
Seems like Netflix has
pretty
been
cool.
yeah,
very like for the comedic world, like a huge platform for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason I wanted to do it, because they were like, we are starting the show to promote our stand-up specials. I mean, that's the whole channel is playing the clips, and so anyone who's got a stand-up special, which is, I mean, how many stand-up specials are on Netflix? I think they will come through at some point.
Yeah, Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's good friends with Tom.
Ooh.
So
You're stoked.
I'm pretty stoked. That's why I wore my dad vacation shirt today. Because
really flex on him.
This is me trying to dress up. Otherwise, it's a T-shirt.
Well, I think it's cute.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I see what you're doing.
I wanted to look nice for you too.
Oh,
so.
I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to watch me though. I'll take it the wrong way. Who named you that name? Is this really all your name?
It's my middle name. Fortune's my middle name. My legal name is Emily Fortune Feemster.
So you are a Feemster?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a weird last name.
It is.
Fortune.
It's catchy as hell. It's good.
Yeah, Fortune's my great grandmother's maiden name.
You're like the Tyson Fury of comedy.
Yeah.
It's a good name to have in comedy.
I grew up as Emily, and my grandmother was a huge influence on me and wanted me to be named Fortune, and my mom thought it was too big of a name. So my mom was like, oh, it'll be her middle name. And when my grandmother died, I don't know, sort of to pay homage to her.
And you're a special person. You need a special name.
Oh, thank you.
And it's a more powerful. It's more. You're very accomplished. I mean, you got a fucking morning show on Netflix on Sirius XM.
I mean,
you're on fire.
I'm pretty
and you've seen
excited.
Chelsea's
I've
tits.
seen boobs.
A lot.
Life's pretty good. I
Think
can't
about it. You were saying how
complain.
lucky I am. All I want to see is Chelsea's tits, and you've seen them all the time.
Yeah.
Am I going to see them? No.
She would put them on Instagram if they didn't have that.
Yeah, so would I.
What do? They take them down, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, but I mean, I think she puts them on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
she
you-
does.
if
Oh,
you-
yeah. She posts
if
a
you
lot of-
Google, she's on a horse
It's not
somewhere.
the same. It's not the
topless.
same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Wait, she was on a horse topless?
Yeah,
Oh,
she-
okay, I want to see that.
If you I'm sure it's somewhere on the internet.
That sounds
Because she
hot.
posted it on Instagram and it got taken down.
You've ever ridden a horse?
Not topless.
Yeah,
But
I'd be into that.
I rode a horse in Mexico, and I think that's where they send horses that are like on their last leg.
And donkey, they're like mules.
Yeah.
They're half and half or something.
My horse, as soon as I got on it, started running for the ocean, like to
That's
try
cool.
to try to kill us both.
Oh, that's
yeah.
cool.
Just like we're both going now.
I'm going to do a horse whip. Whoa, she's got fucking
See?
sensational tits.
There you go.
Holy shit, she's the champion of the world.
Yeah, she did a Putin.
Yeah, no, I see what she did
yeah.
there. Spot on.
She's got great boobs, and they're natural.
Wow. You don't say.
Don't say.
No, she definitely want you to say that. You are a good friend of hers.
Thank you.
Those are tremendous. I actually want to do a horse. I want to do the same thing, but I want to do a horse wheelie. I'm still working on. It's the one photo that I've always wanted to achieve.
Oh yeah.
Where I'm on a horse and it's doing a wheelie, and I'm like, you know what I mean, fucking being a dickhead.
Well, make it happen.
I talked to a friend of mine. He said he might know a guy that could get this horse wheelie, but I've been working on it for like 5 years and it hasn't happened. So you never
really?
know. Yeah.
Huh.
So if you know anybody, Netflix, they come in, they're like horse handlers.
I
Send them over here.
Okay.
I need to pop a wheelie.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I got your back.
All right.
We're family now.
Are we?
Sirius XM.
Will we see each other, or do you go so early that you'll be gone,
We're
right?
pretty early. We're here in this studio from 7 to 9.
You're in here, my studio?
No. Like right over there.
Over there, all right.
Yeah.
Like, we could leave notes
We
with
don't-
it
we
for each
don't
other,
have
but we're not in the same
I know.
studio.
I'll draw hearts for you.
It's not going to work out for any other. I never go into other people's studios.
Yeah. But you have lights and stuff in here?
I bring my own lights.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, they don't bring them. I bring
For
it.
the video?
Yeah, I do videos for YouTube and
yeah.
shit.
That's smart.
I don't know. People like it.
Yeah.
I've had a bit of drama with that, but I figured it out.
Well, you have a
I
very
think we're on there right now.
You have a very loyal following, so.
Sometimes I do, and
Yeah.
I am very appreciative of it. You got to watch out for that, though. Once they get committed, you're committed, and now you're fucked. You can't get out.
You can't
I'm fucked.
You can't
I can't
let
get,
them down.
I can't do. I will die for everybody that listens to this show.
Oh man. Well, no. I mean, it's a.
I help them. They help me. You know.
You got a thing going. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
So I'm gonna check out your show because I don't listen to anybody else's show in the morning. So.
well, it'll repeat at night.
You
so-
trying to come up against me in a repeat? It's not
No,
a good
I think
idea.
I think it's.
You
'Cause
wanna
you're,
fucking go? I'll go.
I
What's
think
going
it
on?
comes on after.
It
your
does,
show,
so we can
yeah.
work. I got back-to-back replay. You know that I do this show and then it plays a replay.
All right, don't quote me. I don't know, honestly.
Are we compete, Andrew? Are we head-to-head? She doesn't know. She
Oh,
doesn't have one
God.
show.
The replay is on at this exact time.
You better watch it.
Jason, I apologize. Please.
I tell you what, everybody give it a go. See if you like it. But you can hear this one, this live show.
Yeah.
Then you can listen to your show, so it all works out.
We're still family.
And when there's a commercial, you can change it to what channel are you?
93.
You got 93 is just away from 103. 103, 93. 103, 93. So you can
Yeah.
dodge commercials and be thoroughly entertained. You're fucking welcome, everybody.
Jason, you're the best.
You're great. It's great to have you on the bullshit organization.
I appreciate
Let's be
it.
butt buddies. That
Please.
sounded wrong. You know
And
what I mean? Friends.
And I'm on tour, so if anybody wants to come to a stand-up show,
Oh, yeah. FortuneFeamster.com.
Brea Improv this weekend, California.
Check her out. And Buffalo, New York, Portland, Oregon, Indianapolis. Man, I don't want to do all that. That sounds very, very busy.
It's a lot. It's too many cities.
You go
to
get them,
name.
girl. Enjoy it, all right?
Thank you for having me,
All right.
bud.
We'll be back, everybody.
The Jason Ellis Show.
I don't know. I think we've all done dumb stuff when we've been in an argument in a
Name
car.
one dumb thing I've done.
Can't think of anything.
Thank you.
The Jason Ellis Show.
Later on in the week, we are going to be talking about action movies, specifically unrealistic action movies. So we've all been kind of brainstorming a little bit to try to think of the most unrealistic action movies or just action movie scenes in history. If you would like to weigh in on that conversation ahead of time, send us your ideas at
Charlie's Angels.
Yeah.
It was unrealistic that
Charlie's Angels is unrealistic that somebody can jump and do 3 to 4 kicks at a person, and their name is
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore, where they leap and kick you stomach, chest, chin.
Yeah, they pushed that part hard in the trailer. I remember
you
that.
matrixed yourself, and I'm like, wait, but you're not in the Matrix. You're saying that you're just a Charlie's Angel and you can do 5 kicks while still going up in the air?
Yeah, in the immediate wake of that Matrix and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, all of a sudden everybody was diving away from bullets.
Right, but you
and doing
can't be in the.
multiple
You got to
kicks.
be in the Matrix to do that.
Or you could be Chinese.
That's what I was going to say. Is it
so bad?
What? That was Crouching Tiger, dude.
Okay.
What about, Dr. Dolittle talks to the animals? That doesn't count because in his world that is real, right? So that's not an unrealistic movie. It's a movie about a guy who could talk to animals.
Oh, it's unrealistic.
I don't know.
It's a world where unrealistic things are realistic. There's a difference.
Yeah, exactly. So it's got to be something like, because I saw this movie poster for Universal Studios, and it had, what's his name? Triple X guy.
Triple H.
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel hanging off.
Peter North.
He was hanging off the bottom of a bomber with one hand on each side of the bomber.
Yeah, but he's really strong.
Yeah.
No, but he's
tremendously strong.
And giant, I guess, because, his wingspan was huge.
He's actually really little.
What about when Ice Cube jumped off a jail building and grabbed onto the bottom of a helicopter?
Who couldn't forget?
Maybe we could all do those things if we wanted it as bad as Ice Cube and Vin Diesel did.
Yeah, those guys really go get it.
Heart counts for more than you realize.
I'll go with Vin Diesel hanging off something by his hands.
No,
because Vin Diesel's jacked. Well, he was jacked.
But his arms were as big as
still
a
jacked.
bomber.
Ice Cube is fucking fat.
Is
what?
he?
I said it. What? You don't own me, fatty.
Oh, those fighting words.
Maybe he changed. Maybe he got some upper body strength and lost some weight. But I just always remember him as the guy that would just shoot you.
And all I'm saying
That's
is,
why he was tough.
sure, Vin Diesel can hang from his hands, but his arms are not as big as a bomber.
Oh, you're saying his hands? There wasn't something to grab onto.
It's very low to insult a man's wingspan.
Yeah, we don't know, Vin.
Did you know that John Jones's wingspan is wider than a car?
Remember Michael Jordan's poster back in the day?
Yeah. Did you know that John Jones is wider
than Michael Jordan's?
He has the second longest arm reach in all of UFC, second to Stefan Struve, who is almost 7 feet tall. A little bit of MMA facts there for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom.
Nobody really cares, but there they are, nonetheless.
So, real quick, send us your ideas for the most unrealistic action movie sequences on the @JasonEllis Show Twitter, or if you're old school, submit to ellis@gmail.com.
A lot of farts coming my way, too. Shout out to all the screaming farters out there. Submit to ellis@gmail.com. Holy shit, a lot of you don't know how to do that email, but you've sent them to me on Instagram, and I am blown away. There's a couple of guys I thought no way that the first guy gets beat. But there's a guy that sent me 4 or 5 videos where he is screaming like a man possessed, and he is farting at the same time. So that is stiff competition. A lot of stuff to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, great
Screaming
farter.
farts.
Great farter.
Yep.
And right now, it's time for a special thing that everybody loves.
What's that?
This.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good idea, man. We should do that.
All right. I'm ready.
What page is that on, I wonder?
That would be on Bit Intros 1. Yeah, top right.
How are you going, Kevin, with your life and stuff? Are you itchy or anything? Everything okay?
I'm itchy.
You are? You're having an itchy day.
Yeah.
That's weird that I asked you if you were itchy and you're having an itchy day, right?
Well, usually...
You didn't hint that you were itchy at all today.
At any time you feel like asking that question, odds are it's gonna be yes.
Oh.
Itchy.
What percentage of days are you itchy?
Most?
Like how itchy?
Like 90%?
Yeah, I'd say.
Like, what do you itch?
Depends. Lately, it's been focused on the facial region.
Ooh.
That's always great.
Itchy face, huh?
Yeah. Everywhere I go,
You get a cat, they love to like touch people's faces.
Well, it looks like I've been scrapping with alley cats all day.
No, you
Because
don't.
I just have claw marks all over me. Andrew's always very quick to point it out, like, "Oh, got in a fight with a cat again, huh?"
You do have a scratch down the side here.
Oh, does
Is
he?
that from you being itchy?
Yeah.
Oh, he
Wow.
did, yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, the agony. Do you want some weed scissor? I got it in my backpack.
Oh, I actually picked some up.
You did?
I did.
Why didn't you ask? I just would have given you some.
You give me lots of stuff. I feel weird asking.
Now that the itchy segment is
Absolute
done,
extracts. Just say that, and then you can have them.
that was the part that everybody loves, the itchy segment on the show. And now it's time for
Are
the
you
main
are you
band.
jealous, Will?
What?
Do you want to get itchy, Will?
I wish I was itchy too.
Yeah.
That we're delaying getting into
No,
your
I
signature
don't
segment?
care.
He doesn't care, Michael.
It's funny. It sounded like you did. I must have been wrong.
Sometimes you can be wrong, Michael.
I don't know. According to him, he's never been wrong.
Yes, the itchy segment is over now.
Oh my
Not for me, it isn't.
Contestants will be presented with clues in the form of whatever comes out of Jason
You're gonna be
Ellis's
very
head.
uncomfortable.
Remember to use your nickname buzzer and answer in the form of a question. This is
Ellis Jeopardy!
Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen, and who is not excited about it?
Tully. Dingo, what will be Dingo's buzzer on Ellis Jeopardy today?
Whatever you want, Kyle. What do you want to? Sorry,
It helps when you...
Cock, balls, shit.
He said so much monster on. I almost shit on him. Sorry, that's bullshit. What about Gronk or whatever his name is? Say Gronk or whatever.
Gronk?
The Gronk. What's his name? The Gronk.
The Gronk.
Gorg the
Gronk.
Impaler.
The Gronk. That's your buzzer? All right, Kevin.
Why is that my buzzer?
It doesn't have to. Just pick up. I don't want to.
What was wrong with shit, cock, balls?
That's your buzzer.
Okay. Kevin, you get the Gronk. No, I don't know.
No, you just,
What do you do?
He's gonna lose points because he takes so long to get
He's
down.
the guy that wanted to make that buzzer, so you can have it.
All right, and Tully uses as usual. And let's start off with Dingo today. But let me tell you the categories. We have Fortunate Son.
That's a song, right?
Here Come the Sun King. Let me correct that. Sunny Day and Summer of '69.
So what's the theme here? Sun.
In summer.
Yeah,
Everything
like
sun,
69ing.
Son of summer.
Yeah. So, Dingo, what do you choose?
And Kim Jong-un.
He's doing great out here.
Is he?
I don't know.
Here comes.
Time to shake hands with a guy.
King. Here comes the Sun King for 100.
Here come the Sun King.
Here come
the Sun King.
Why
for
is
100.
it a plural verb on a singular noun?
I don't know. The Beatles made it up. All right. These will all be.
That's
words.
what the song's called when the Beatles had that song.
It's called Here Come the Sun.
No.
They actually spelled it C-U-M, Will. You might need a new
No,
card.
not here. No.
Then where?
Here come the Sun King.
What the fuck is going
Every.
on?
Wait a minute. What is the sun? Who is
know
that? A
the
movie or
answer?
something? Because I'm not
No, it's
familiar with
the
it.
Beatles song on Abbey Road.
Here comes the sun.
No, not that one.
Oh, there's another
I know
one.
that one.
Here come the Sun King.
What album's that off?
Everybody's laughing.
Can you get it?
What doesn't sound like laughing?
Everybody's happy.
Everybody, man, I gotta know that. I've heard every Beatles song.
It goes right into Mean Mr. Mustard. Yeah, that's on
Mean Mr. Mustard.
Yellow Submarine.
no, it's on
The White
Good
Album.
morning, Sergeant Pepper.
Sergeant Pepper's
Oh,
shit.
Sergeant Pepper. There you go.
Come on, here go. Okay,
Part of that the second half of the album medley thing.
yeah. Anyway, so every word in this category is going to contain sun somewhere in the word.
Every category?
No. Every word in this category
Oh, sun.
called Here Come the Sun King.
The sun's in the answer.
Make him work
Sun
for
is
it.
in the answer.
Making him work for it, Ding. I like it.
Here comes your first Ellis Jeopardy, please.
This is a thing that it grows. Does it really grow into the thing that it says that it's named after? I only know the seed.
Charlie.
Sunflower?
Yeah.
There you go. 100 points for Tully. He's on the board, Tully. You have control of the
I
board.
get what he's up to.
Yeah, now that we've all got the idea, let's do the same one for 200.
All right. This will contain the word sun.
Not king.
Ah,
Maybe. It
man.
could.
This is a steaming pile of shit rolling on rubber. I don't think they ever made a good one.
Charlie.
Dotson?
Yep.
Correct.
Oh,
Dotson.
Man.
wow.
Let's do this one for 3.
Sniper.
Michael's got this one in the bag.
You feeling the pressure ding?
This will contain sun.
I don't know too many words that have sun in it.
Man, this is tough. This is gonna be tough. Dingo, you might wait for Final Jeopardy. You might want to. This is gonna be difficult. But this is that thing, the feeling you get. You know when your gumboot's stuck and you can't get it out. You're stepping, and then you're stepping.
Kevin.
What is sunken?
It's sunk.
Sunk.
Wow.
That's right. Nice one. That's 300 points for Kevin, which makes you tied with Tully. And you have control of the board.
Okay. Let's do Summer of 69 for 100.
Woo!
I'm bleeding everywhere, Dingo.
I noticed
Whoa.
I
that.
pulled my own flesh off while I was on the phone
That's
today.
so disgusting.
I hate when
don't-
I do that.
I don't know how I did that.
Wait, when you pull your flesh off when you're on the phone?
I thought he
Yeah.
got his first real 6-string and played it till his fingers bled.
Ooh.
It is the summer of 69.
Yes,
Fucked
yes,
up.
it
All
is.
I did was just rip off a piece of meat.
Okay, these are things
I'm
that
bleeding
you'll
out, though.
do that you might do in the summer.
Things
Summer
you do in the
things.
summer.
Things associated with the summer.
Oh.
Eaten by
Oh,
sharks.
now it doesn't have sun in it anymore, right?
No. Next
Not in this
new category,
It
Jason.
will
Different
again,
category.
but not now.
Summer
Yeah,
of
yeah.
69.
I don't know what this is. Wait, you're in the
Just
summertime.
describe
In the
what you do.
summertime, you would. Maybe. Wait, is this like for really poor people? Do really poor people go in it when it's summertime to cool down? Because they don't have any air conditioning and stuff?
Shit, cock balls.
Yes, white privilege.
Dingo.
What'd you say?
I said
Dingo?
yes, white privilege.
Yeah, go ahead, Dingo.
A blow-up swimming pool.
No, that's a nice guess. Tully.
I guess. You can
Is
put-
it running a fire hydrant?
No.
What is it?
Oh, I can't. I have to
Kevin's-
say that you can't say the word. I guess you would put some. Man, I mean, I guess I've never heard anybody call it this. But if you go,
All right, Kevin.
What is a slip and slide?
No, sorry.
what is tubbing?
Hot tubbing?
Tubing?
Tubing?
Oh, tubing.
Let's have a look.
Oh, I can't read.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put phonetic pronunciations underneath the Ellis Jeopardy
Hey,
answers.
everybody! It's Ellis Jeopardy. God damn it!
Kevin.
Slip and sliding is not for poor people.
Fucking
I hated
Pete.
motherfuckers who slipped and slid.
Oh my god,
I
I was
love
the
it.
worst at it. I couldn't
never did
understand
it.
how anybody ever slid. Every
love-
time I dove on a slip and slide as a kid, I fucking stopped dead and got rug
What
burned.
the fuck is wrong with
Yeah,
you?
turn
the water on.
Every time I slip and slide, I slipped and slid.
I slipped and slid and sudded and soaped
Yeah,
and fucking.
we did jumps.
Yeah, fucking.
We made jumps. We
yeah,
fucking
we
jumped
went
from one
plastic,
to another
went from
one.
the plastic
Well-
to the grass, back
I
to
fucking,
the plastic.
I fucking stood. I fucking skied down one with no skis.
Of course, in
fucking-
Australia, they had Crocodile Mile.
Listen,
We did it last week when I was at my
Crocodile Mile
parents'
kicks
house
ass.
a couple of weeks ago. We did it.
Down by the bayou.
Built
Down by the
slip and
bayou.
slide. Yeah.
Straight
Alright.
off into the woods, and then
So-
you were
Yeah.
gone for the day.
Yep.
Think-
Sliding right into the woods. Kevin, would you like to pick a?
Fuck
number?
it, why not? How about sunny day for 100? I like all the sun stuff, Will.
These will be, listen carefully, Dingo.
Listen.
Every thing in this category will have the initials SD.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay? Like sunny day. Okay, got it?
I
So,
love initial
for
categories.
100 points.
Or smart dingo.
This is a whale's vagina.
Kevin!
San Diego!
Wow.
That
you
was quick.
Nailed it. You got 100 points and control of the board.
Sunny day for 200.
Another SD word or term or a couple of words or combo, hyphenation.
This is I think it's a guy who's a fucking tool who like won a singing contest and then pretended he was the singer of Live or whatever it is. Some weird ass fucking bald dude jerking off asshole face. It's not him? Oh, okay. This is
that Daughtry?
Maybe this is a girl.
He was thinking Daughtry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. I was like, his name is not like Sam Daughtry.
I guess maybe this some female actress bitch or some shit. Maybe she was like in 10210 or some stuff. Man, Oh wait, no, she was in.
Kevin.
Shannon Doherty?
Yes!
Oh, man.
Ellis Jeopardy is tough this week.
Yeah, you got some good clues, though.
That's what I do. I mix it up. You never know what you're going to get.
Kevin, you're in the lead. What do you choose?
I love the initial categories because I just always hope that we're going to get another buttered corn.
I know.
But I want to let it breathe a little bit.
Which is a thing.
And go over to Fortunate Son for 100. I don't want to blow my load with the initials.
This is a tough one. These are going to be famous father-son duos.
What?
We need the name of the father.
I know, Dingo. It's not the right
and the
day for you,
son.
right? Tough. I'm finding it tough too, Ding. The dad's he's dead. The kid is a dickhead. Mum's a fucking wanker. The dad was pretty legit though. He might have been most legit, one of the most legit people
Kevin!
in music ever.
Kevin!
John and Sean Lennon.
No.
Oh.
You
Okay, but I still nailed that.
You still got it right, but you didn't.
So John and Julian Lennon.
Yeah.
Yes! Tully gets it!
Oh, what the fuck? There's a Julian?
Sorry, Kevin!
That is huge.
Whatever.
All right, Kevin, you still are in the lead. Don't worry about it. Tully, you have control of the board.
I guess we'll do Fortunate Son for 500.
Whoa!
Oh, man. Going all the way to the $500 question. Famous father-son duo.
Ooh! This is cool. These guys are from space and shit. And they're the coolest space father-son combo ever. Once again, I'm pretty sure dad's dead, but he's not because he lives in a fucking, like in a glass house somehow. All you do is like put a crystal in and he starts talking, but his son's a homo.
That was Tully first.
I don't know what his name is. Is it Kyle?
Yeah.
And Superman.
Son of Jael.
That's close enough.
Yeah, no, because Kyle, son of Jael. Jael, son of Kajal. Superman and his father.
That's 500 points. That puts you in the lead, and you have control of the board. Who can believe it?
Here come the Sun King for 500. What's this one again?
Clean up.
Something with the word sun in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh, very good, Dingo. Thanks
yeah,
for helping.
I've been paying attention.
It's got the word sun in this word.
For 500.
It does? Oh, God, it does. This is something that I am a lot, I think.
Shit, cock balls.
Yeah?
The sun.
No. That's so bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm a fan of myself, but that's ridiculous.
That does have the sun word in it.
It's like when somebody doesn't get you, you know?
Tully?
Misunderstood?
Nice! Yeah, it's another 500 points for Tully. Running away with it. And you have control of the board. There is a couple other 500s there if you want them.
Nah, let's do Summer of 69 for 200.
Really wish this category was about 69ing.
That's what I was hoping for.
Make it like that if you want. Are we on the radio again? Fucking.
We're good. I just don't want us to get backed up with commercials.
Something associated.
Andrew's on a teen chat line.
Is Corey there?
Something associated with summer.
Who's your favorite Corey?
Something to do with summer? Yeah. This is like a Bong. It's like Bong's got an idea from these guys. I think these guys were before Bongs, where you put the weed in instead of the weed. Fucking ice in it.
What?
You fucking squirt some scissor on it. You walk around eating it. Man, trying to fucking.
Tully?
Is it a snow cone?
Yeah,
Yes!
I can't fucking. I'm trying to give it to you anywhere. I use marijuana to get you in there, dingo. Still can't do it. The cone.
Tully?
Sunny day for 300.
Again, initials SD.
Right.
All right. This is a thing you do because you're hideous. Maybe you're not hideous. Some people like to be called it maybe, but this is a thing that encourages lazy, hot bitches to not do anything ever. So they'll never actually become anything. Use their potential to strive because you're going to take care of them and they're going to call you, yeah, dingo.
Dingo?
Sugar daddy?
Yeah! Nice one! All right.
Have we ever done a things Dingo is familiar with category?
No. Maybe next time we will. Dingo, that puts you at negative 300. Congratulations.
Thanks,
you
Will.
have control of the board.
Summer of 69, 300.
This will be something associated with summertime.
Oh, dingo. You do this shit all the time, and you did it on a TV show with. You went on them all the time. You go on them all the time. You used to go with Danny all the time on a TV show where you would go on, and they video it all, and then they put it on TV. But what it was called when you were in the, you had a big bus. Remember, you had a van, a bus, and you drove around everywhere.
Yes.
What'd you call that when you went on it? You're on the road.
Shooting?
Tully.
Is it a road trip?
Yeah.
Yes! That's what we were looking for. Road trip. All right.
That has nothing to do with summer.
Okay. Tully, you have control of the board.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Here comes the Sun King for 400.
Here come the Sun King.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's right.
This will contain the word sun in it.
You tried to fucking get me on this one, Will. I can tell. You think you're pretty funny, don't you?
Yep.
This is a thing that comes for people. When it comes to people, there's nothing you can do about it if you're there. Because it just wipes out everything. But first, it sucks all the way back.
Kevin! Kevin!
Shit,
What is this
cockballs.
tsunami?
Damn it!
That's right! Kevin! Good one. And you have control of the board.
What part of tsunami has sun in it?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Tsunami.
It doesn't.
Wait, I got sugar daddy. Sorry.
TSUN?
Because it literally has S-U-N, so it can either be said that way or spelled that way.
Yeah, it's got
Gotcha.
S-U-N in it, yeah.
All right, fair enough.
We
Okay.
Ish.
Always wanted to challenge the rules.
Wait, so
Well, like before when it was like misunderstood, it's not spelled that way, but it's said that way.
It's spelled that way.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, don't mind me. Keep going.
All right. Kevin,
How about fortunate son.
Even when he's well in the lead, he wants to challenge the rules.
Yeah, he does.
Totally,
He
there
takes
he
this game
is.
very
Should
seriously.
deduct some points for him being incorrect on that one.
Yeah,
Will.
referee.
Can we take no. Kevin?
Fortunate son for 400, please.
It's going to be a father-son combination.
I'm going to get this one.
I think you will.
I don't think I know any father-son combinations.
These guys. I don't know these. Oh, yeah, I do. These guys love oil. Wait. Yeah, they love oil? But oil, cooking oil. They own canola or something. Anyway, they cut people's heads off, and they own oil, and they get free grapes. And they slap their wives around. They love kids. Kill everybody. They kill everybody. Stab people. Got them. But yeah, they're big into. They ran oil, and then they moved to America, and then they started selling, gack and shit. I think they sold, gack. Yeah, they sold drugs, guns and stuff. They run the country secretly. And it's like this big guy that came from his grandfather from the granola oil, and then he came over here and he got grapes because he stabbed some dude he turned the light out and he stabbed this dude that was running the streets. Now he's running the streets, and then he has a kid, and then that kid ends up running the streets. I think they all died.
Get it!
Is this the Corleone family?
Yes.
Yes, I'll take that as an answer. Yes.
Okay, that was a
Godfather.
tough one. That was confusing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, oil, stabbing people,
I was like, God, is it, man? Is the Iron Sheik fucking... What did his son do?
So wait, Don Corleone isn't his name, right? It's Vito?
Yeah. Don Vito and, was it...
Michael Corleone
Michael
is the one you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Kevin.
Okay. Sunny day for 400.
Kevin's favorite category, something with the initials SD.
I am not familiar with this particular guy, but I think it's not a human. Man, this is so stupid. But I think he can fly and piss on a tree. I think he fights crime and licks his own ass.
Tully.
Is there a super dog?
Yeah, I guess.
Super dog. That's what
Who
we're
the
looking
fuck
for.
is Super Dog?
Yeah.
That would
I don't
be
even know, and
buttered corn,
I don't
Dingo.
even know, and I got it right.
Who wins, Super Dog or Air Bud?
Super dog or buttered corn? Pick your Wait, I mean,
Who's super dog?
you can have a dog at home and it's a super dog.
That
What?
makes no sense.
Will and I debated this one for a while this morning.
Who won?
I'm so glad it ended up on the board.
Will
No,
won
no,
because it's a question.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
it's,
it's Super Dog.
Yes!
Wait, Super Dog is
Yeah.
a cartoon, right?
yeah, there's a dog. Its name
But you're not
is
saying it's not the kid. You're not talking about Super Dog, the super dog that's Superman's dog. And he had his
there's a
own
dog
cartoon.
named Crypto or something that was Super Dog.
Yeah, so
Crypto
his name's
Super
Crypto.
Dog.
Crypto the super dog.
Yeah, that's his whole name. His first name's Crypto.
And super dog
But
is one word.
Yeah, exactly. Super Dog was one word. Will was like, no, you can make it 2 words.
I
That's
feel
what
like
we're
if the
gonna do.
superheroes had an app, I don't think Super Dog would be on there. Kind of like the Jason Ellis show.
Superman, is that one word?
That's two. No, it's one
No,
word.
it's 2 words.
Is it?
What do you mean it's one word?
One
Fuck
word.
off, it's 2 words.
That's one word.
It's one word. Superman.
I didn't
Will-
go to
Will was
school.
not
I
giving
can't
this
even.
up.
You can be a
Why am I-
super. You can be a Superman and not be
Right.
Superman.
And
Yeah.
you can have a super dog if
That's
you're Superman.
bullshit. No, there's no
You
Super
cannot
Dog.
be a Superman and not
Was
be
Super
Superman.
Dog, did he write down, was it one word or
Nobody
2
ever
words?
calls anybody a Superman.
Oh,
unless
Tony
they're-
Hawk. He is a Superman.
What?
No, he's not.
Superhuman.
No, he's super.
No, nobody says fucking super. That's
He
like
is so super.
that's like neat. It's even
Yeah.
it's even older than neat.
Tony Hawk is neat.
It's like saying gay, but you don't mean sexually. You're just
No.
happy. And it's like saying fag for a cigarette. It's changed. You can't do it.
I thought you were going to describe it as like, I have 3 special canines. And Will was like, no, that's how he can do it because it's Super Dog, 2 words, SD. I was like, all right, if you want to live on this one,
it's a
by all
super
means.
dog. And there is a super dog.
All right. Fair enough. Super dog it is.
Just like buttered corn is a thing.
Why are you going to
People
go back
put
to
butter-
the sketchiness
Because
of your games?
I'm still hurt by that.
What, Super Dog or Buttercorn?
We're standing in front of a bunch of people, and you're like challenging me that buttered corn isn't a thing when people have buttered corn all the time.
I've never had buttered corn.
I love buttered corn.
I'm familiar.
Oh, dingo!
I'm familiar with Super Dog. I know him. I just
Okay,
think it's
good.
pretty weak, though.
All right. Tully, you have control of the board. He's super strong.
Summer of '69 for 500.
Fucking asshole, Kevin. He's having so much fun.
This is something you associate with summertime.
Are you sure?
No. I'm not sure if
What is sledding?
Yeah, me neither.
to quote a famous person, what are words?
Is there a particular season for buttered corn?
Yeah. Summertime.
Is it really?
Summertime, bitch.
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's right.
Buttered corn is summertime food?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get the watermelon, the buttered corn.
Really? You do?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like
Watermelon
buttered
and
corn.
buttered corn.
Fall.
I feel
fall's
like-
good for buttered
Wait,
corn.
you change it from summer to fall?
No, both are good.
Christmas time's
I
great.
prefer buttered
No.
corn around Thanksgiving.
That's also really good.
All right, let's go sledding. It's summertime.
I thought I already brought this up, but I guess this is another name for it. But this is a thing where I think you run and you jump and you skid around in the water.
Kevin.
Slip and slide?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Very nice. You have control of the
man.
board, too.
Okay. Well, let's finish up summer of '69 with 400.
Something associated with summer. Or maybe not. Who knows? Could be just anything.
It's pretty wild and wacky for a
I think
Monday.
it's a place where you go and you get candy and shit and you throw balls at the clown's mouth and you get
Shit,
turkey
cock
legs.
balls.
Yes, Dingo.
The fair.
Yes. Nice.
What was it?
Was it county fair?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it was.
I said the county fair.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You said fair, but it does. It's
That's
okay.
fair.
I'd like 10% of Dingo's points, please.
All right. You can have them.
Hey, I'm above ground right here, guys. It's big for me.
Yeah.
Now you're back.
You're in the black.
You got 100 points, dude. All right. What's your category? You have to control the board. We have 3 answers left.
Well, I don't know any famous sun duos, so I'm gonna have to do Sunny Day. For
Go,
500.
Dingo.
All right. Another SD.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Or maybe not. Who knows?
Sad deer.
Huge cock. Wait. He was friends with some heavy dudes in the music scene, and he was the dark.
Charlie.
Sammy Davis.
That's right. All right, Tully, there's 2 left, both of them under Fortunate Son. What will you have?
We'll do it for 2. Just waiting for South Dakota, that whole category.
Famous father-son duo.
I was waiting for Suck Dick.
Okay, I'm not really familiar with this. This is more of a Tully question, but I guess the guy that flew the thing with the big furry guy that can't talk, but apparently you can understand him every time he says something, has a kid.
Tully.
Han Solo and Kylo Ren.
Correct.
Oh, damn.
I'll take your word for it.
That brings us to the last one on the board. 300 points for Fortunate Son.
Mm-hmm.
Famous father-son duo.
These guys are great. These guys do a lot of drugs. One guy changed his name. It's weird because it's like the dad did some cool shit and then the son copied him. He has another son that would make more sense to bring up. But both sons.
Tully.
Wait, I'm so confused on this. I always have been. Is it Michael Douglas and Emilio Estevez?
No, it's not Michael Douglas's. No, that is incorrect.
Is it Bob Marley? What?
Did you want to buzz in first?
Shit,
Nah,
balls.
I say fuck
Yes,
it.
Dingo.
Go ahead. Bob Marley and what, Dingo?
Damon?
Damon Jr. Gong.
Bob Marley and Damon Wayans.
The best father-son duo I've ever seen.
Matt Damon, Damon Wayans Jr.
Yeah. I believe Martin Sheen was what you were looking for, Michael.
Oh, okay. I've
'Cause
never been able
Douglas.
to.
Douglas has another son as Douglas. Sheen goes Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen, and for some weird reason, Emilio Estevez didn't want to be a Sheen.
But are they half brothers or brothers?
Are they brothers?
They're
right?
full-on brothers?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's what I always thought.
They
Why
look-
did he
look like each other?
Why did he Emilio Estevez
Kevin, do you want to
himself?
buzz in at this point?
Yeah, you win, Kevin. Congratulations.
Yeah. All right, now it's time for final Ellis Jeopardy. This is when all the points are on the line. To determine the big winner of today, the subject is something you could find on in the human body.
Something you could find in the human body that is
On-
mine, or you can just put it in it?
Or in the human body. It's something where you can find this thing on or in a human body.
Okay.
Okay?
And real quick, Charlie Sheen was born Estevez. He changed his name to Sheen.
Ah. He was married to
because
Richard Conga's girl.
Because Martin Sheen didn't
Martin
marry.
Sheen's legal name is Ramon Estevez.
Oh, son of a bitch! They were all. Oh, okay. Wow, that makes sense.
Final Jeopardy, so treat this with the seriousness it deserves.
This is a thing that can go in and out of your body, and it is still a part of your body, and it is
Shit,
gross.
cock balls.
Yep.
Bingo!
Penis.
Oh!
Oh!
Some people have penises the size of these.
Jared!
No.
Tongues.
No!
They go in and out.
They pop.
It's turds.
I thought it would have worked. There's an app, like people have an Instagram where all they do is just cut them open and lance them on Instagram and make a career out of it.
Tolly?
Pimples?
Yep.
Yes! And
Wait,
Tolly's
they go-
the big winner!
They go in and out of your body?
It's Ellis Jeopardy.
Wait, if it's Ellis Jeopardy, it doesn't have to be factual?
I've never known it to be factual.
You can get pimples inside your body, though.
Sure.
Ingrowing.
Wait, you can?
Yeah. Absolutely. And is a pimple inside your body anyway?
Yes, it is.
Wait, what?
Any pimple's inside your body.
Is it? Oh, wait.
It's below the skin.
So that means it's inside your body?
But
so then
all-
how is it outside your body?
It's both. But
Is
anyway,
it outside your
what-
body? You're saying after I pop it, then it's outside?
Well,
but it's
I
not.
don't know. The pimple, where does the pimple exist? That's a
What do you mean, where does the pimple?
metaphysical. But look, here's the deal. I describe this category as being something that you could find either in or outside your body.
Right.
On a human body.
Can you get pimples on your esophagus and shit?
No.
You can get a pimple
You
in your
don't know
mouth.
that.
You can get a pimple in your mouth.
I'm willing to bet that I'm.
You can get
Very
infections inside you, which means.
You can get a pimple in your mouth, I'm sure. Right?
Isn't staph and.
Have you?
No, but I'm sure you can. I mean, you get it on your lip. I've had a pimple on my lip.
is a cyst a pimple? It is, right? If
I
it's
don't
on
know.
Dr.
Depends
Pimple
on the
Pumper.
definition of
Can't you get
pimple.
a pimple in your nose? Therefore,
Yes,
inside
yes.
your body.
Your ear.
They hurt.
Your ear. You can
Oh,
get
ear
them in-
pimples hurt
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but I think you can even get a pimple
in your butt.
I think you can get an infection on something. I mean, people have arteries that get infected, which means they might end up looking pussy, which means there might be some, popping them, but there might be pimply stuff inside you.
Well, so a pimple is when the sebum, right, is trying to get out. You know, every time you like wipe your face and it's kind of oily, that's that shit coming out. But sometimes the pore gets clogged and it can't get out, and so the thing just sort of blows up. So I don't think that shit is trying to get out of the inside of your body. It's only trying to get out of the outside of your body. So you can have other growths, but they're not pimples.
I wonder.
Is my guess.
That sounds true, but also, I mean, in your ear, is that inside your body?
Yes.
Still exposed to air.
Depends.
You're great, Will.
Wait, what? Thanks.
That's all I want to say.
All right, bye. Thanks for playing.
Are we still on the radio?
We still are, and the replay will have the full Fortune Feimster interview, so no worries if you missed the last 10 minutes of it, which the listeners did.
No, you should have heard it. We fucked. Total insertion. We'll be back.
Faction Talk. Sirius XM 103. Jason Ellis Show.
Oh my God!
The biggest interviews.
Very long story, but anyways.
The heated discussions. The most fascinating guests.
This is Miley Cyrus. This is Frank Sinatra.
This is the Queen of England.
The Jason Ellis Show.
Few pretty spectacular finishes and perhaps a couple of early finishes and early stoppages at UFC Fight Night 155. I think the biggest highlight, however, has to be the comeback of Uriah Faber.
Yep, that was a good punch.
Yes.
And he looked good. I'm not sure. When it ends that quick, you're not sure.
Right, you don't really see anything.
Yeah. But he did say that was a new punch that he'd been working on, that somebody taught him, and I'm happy for him.
Wasn't he retired?
Yep, and he came back at 40, and I mean, he's still super good shape, and he's a little guy, so
He's able to do that?
Yeah, and he's shooting for the stars. He wants title shots, and Cejudo is all about firing back at him on Twitter, and that's all you want, Now he's getting another run. He's allowed to be put straight back in the argument.
Because what's he been doing? He's got like a training camp, and he
owns Team Alpha Male, so
right. So yeah,
and many other things. He's a good businessman. Does a lot of talk and all that stuff, I think. But yeah, Aspen Ladd I don't know. I don't really. It's not her fault, but it's hard for me to like Jermaine, just because of the fights, the late blows on Holly Holm. I was not a fan of that. And then you win the belt, and I felt that you didn't really win the belt. I felt like Holly actually beat you. Then you leave to not fight Cyborg, and now you come back and you get Aspen Ladd, and you landed a clean. That was an awesome punch.
And she might well have finished her had it been allowed to play out, but we'll never know.
But everybody knows that was not the finish. No. That's not a finish.
So what, the doctors jumped in and saved
Herbs and Spices
Arya Stark?
He just jumped in after one punch, and right as he jumped in, she sort of span around and grabbed onto the girl's ankle and made it even more obvious that he didn't need to stop it at that particular time. But people made mistakes. I mean, when she got tagged, she for a second, she definitely lost all composure and fell to her knees. So it's not completely out of control that he called it, but it was for a main event and one shot, and not being finished was a bummer for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if it was remarked upon, but I think it was Mike Beltran who was reffing the Uriah fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had a little bit of trouble getting Uriah to stop. It seemed an unusual amount of the ref trying to physically insert his body, being like, get off him, get off him. Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
I mean, it all happened, and it could be an extra 3 seconds, but it looked like an extra 3 seconds.
It is Beltran's thing, though. He likes to get in there and get physical.
I see.
I mean, he's a big boy, so he knows how to use it. Mm-hmm. He will get out of the way. He pulled that guy off me. No, he pulled me off that guy. That's right. But I remember him. I tried to hug the guy that I just tore his arm a little bit, and Beltran threw me away. He threw me across the cage. He does that. He grabs the fighters and throws them because he's a big giant dude, and he can do that.
Throwing his weight around.
And then Josh Emmett effectively a knockout with a jab.
Oh yeah, no, he walked into the jab and got rocked, and then there was the big uppercut on the ground. Good ground and pound with a really sneaky shot from behind with a lot of torque on it, and got him on the chin from behind, and that was the end for him. Yeah, so they were good fights, So it got ended a little early, but that's the game. I felt like Aspen Ladd handled it very professionally, and we'll see her again, I'm sure.
Yeah, I did not see Juliana Pena on the undercard. I'm happy to see.
I watched it. It was kind of boring. It was weird. It was like that Nico Montano was kind of she was trying to do a Juliana on Juliana. She was really grapple friendly and grinding up against the cage, and got on the ground and was on top of her for the whole first round. But then Juliana turned that around and got the W. Wasn't that exciting of a fight?
No, for some
tough, vigorous.
Yeah, it's weird because I do follow her on Instagram, and I feel like she's been more of a person than a fighter for a couple of years because she had a kid.
Yeah, it's so weird, man.
And so I guess I'm just grading her.
Have one and then fight. That's, I mean, I've had a kid, but didn't come out of my vagina.
Yeah.
Had a kid and then I fought. It's nowhere near the same thing.
Yeah.
To me, and maybe I'm totally wrong, but it seems to me it's just her first fight. I mean, that's just her getting off ring rust and being like, holy shit, I'm back in the UFC. It don't barely even matter matters what actually happened in there because of where her headspace has been so far away from that for so long. It's like, okay, now you're back in the UFC. Now you can see if you can really make a run at a title.
Yeah, and these days, everybody you fight, we might not have heard of them, but everybody's really good. You know, if you disappear for a couple of years, trust me, the person you're fighting in the UFC is going to be really, really good. Just like Uriah Faber said, you know, I do respect him for that fight because I feel like that guy he's not a bum. That's not a bum fight. And that could have been it. He could have just lost right there and then say goodnight. That's the end of your career again.
Look, I don't know, but I know that the odds makers made Uriah a heavy underdog in that. So it just goes to show you.
Well, we will see. Look, if he learns how to hit hard, because that was the one bit of his game.
Is he fighting the same weight?
Yeah.
How long's it been since one?
He just doesn't have that heavier hand.
When was his last fight before this fight?
It was
been a couple of years
or 2.
It's like 2, right?
Something like that.
I believe so, yeah.
But yeah, Alpha Male's got
and
all
he's
those
40
guys.
now.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow.
He's still got freaking like who? Four people from Alpha Male won last night on Saturday night, right?
Were they 3-1 maybe? I'll look up whatever. But they had a good night.
Yeah, I think they knocked everybody out too.
Cool.
Yeah, Andre Philly, Touchy Feely knocked people out.
Mm-hmm.
He looked good. Everybody looked great. Happy for all those guys. What else? Who else is there? Who cares?
Yep.
Fucking Mike Jasper won.
He did.
Kickboxing fight. Shout out to Mike Jasper. Yeah, I watched it. Came on late. I watched it on the internets. On my laptop.
So it was kickboxing, it wasn't?
Yeah, just kickboxing. He beat the shit out of the guy. And I realized I know that guy too.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. It felt a little bit bad. Jasper really punched him in the face
Good
a
for
lot.
Jasper, though.
Yes, good for
I
Jasper.
saw a video of Jasper getting like stitched up while sitting in an armchair or something.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
That's the game. A lot of people get stitched up after the fight.
They just do it right there on the spot, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I got asked to do King of the Cage because I was bleeding everywhere and I was too excited to get the fuck out of wherever we were because it was a less glamorous stadium that I was at. And I was like, I am going to the hotel to get a burger. Get out of my way. I don't need stitches.
That was at the one at the casino. It was raining and wet and shitty outside.
outside.
I stood outside for that
Thanks,
one.
Dingo.
You're welcome, dude.
I really appreciate everybody. That was a lot of people there that should not have been that far out of the woods.
Yeah. That was it was worth it. Good to see you get your head beat in. You won. All good.
Yeah.
So they can just
Everybody, you want to see how close I can come to dying?
He was scary, man.
Yeah.
So
Little guy, but scary.
Someone could just give you stitches anywhere?
I mean, if you're a doctor, yeah, they have a doctor. Dude, you can't have a professional MMA fight without having doctors on site. So why would they take you to hospital when they can do it right there and then?
Yeah, they
I
can
don't
do
know,
medicine.
But like sterile environment or something?
I mean, dude, you spray disinfectant on it. I mean, honestly, you know the stats. Staph infection lives in hospitals. I'd rather get it done in the cage than fucking at hospital.
Yep, I know people who work in hospitals. That's all they ever say. It's a good place to get sick. Go to the hospital.
It is. Remember when I got when I showed my kids that your father used to be a professional skateboarder, and I got off my, you know, when you have the kids where they were that little, where you have the baby seat on the back of a bicycle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I rode them down to the Venice boardwalk and was like, "Oh, fucking skate! You kids probably don't even know that your dad was a good skateboarder." And rolled into that place and started throwing up a couple grinds and went for a 50-50, and my board just rolled out and I fell into the middle of the bowl, and I was like, oh, whatever. And I looked down and my shin was just a giant hole to the bone. I'm like, oh my God. I had to tie a T-shirt around it and ride my bike back up to Santa Monica, and people were trying to get an ambulance at the fucking thing. And then when I went to hospital, I dropped the kids off, couldn't find the truck for the longest time. Finally found the truck, then drove the kids back, then drove to the hospital. Then they sewed me up. Then they gave me staph, and it was MRSA they gave me.
I had
the worst
staph
kind.
this time last year.
You
Like
did?
a little elbow. A little second
Oh,
elbow.
yeah, those are great.
Eh.
Did you notice at the monster trucks that whenever they'd have a race that wasn't in the monster trucks, it was like the ATVs or the UTVs or whatever, that they didn't like line them up, that there would be like two and then two behind them and then like two behind that.
It's like they
and it
didn't
was
care.
and it was like, well, the guys who aren't the first two, there's no way in hell they could possibly win this race, and they never did.
No, and they didn't seem to care either.
Yeah, nobody was like, hey, that's
They were just
bullshit.
like, oh, I'm in the back? Okay.
Yeah.
No, some people seem like they could ride a four-wheeler, and some people seem like they did not ride a lot of four-wheelers until this particular show, and that they should stay in the back.
I mean, is it real?
I want to go.
Ish.
Yeah.
Is it like going to see the Harlem Globetrotters?
No, that's what comes to mind. That's kind of what comes to mind. It's not professional wrestling, and it's not quite the Globetrotters because it's not I don't think it's so much preordained who's going to win. Oh, wait, who won yours, Jason?
They've got to switch it up, right?
Blue Ice military guy.
Okay. Because I got
Who won yours?
I got Gravedigger, who's clearly like the fan favorite.
okay.
So if you told me Gravedigger won like 5 times this weekend, well then we're fully in Globetrotters. I think it's just more.
They've got to rotate it, right?
I think they're look. I don't think it's completely rigged. I just think that it's. I mean, dude, the judges are the crowd. So if you crash, you win.
Yeah. Children vote on apps to see who wins. It's like the NBA All-Star game. Like you want to make it look good more than you really care about actually getting the W, but like you are trying to win. Maybe.
Some people in there were trying to win for sure. Some people were just trying to make it through the night, Michael.
Scooby-Doo was just trying to get some reps.
Scooby-Doo was just trying to... I don't think Scooby-Doo wanted to even be there, quite frankly. I think Scooby-Doo was like, the sooner this is over, the better.
See, I found myself pulling for Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo did well in the ATV or UTV or whatever thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She didn't win, but she like won a round or two of it, and I was like really pulling for her because I was actually thinking that Scooby-Doo's job might have been in the balance. Like Scooby-Doo was bummed every time she had to go backstage. They'd be like, Scooby-Doo didn't even get up on two wheels.
I don't think Scooby-Doo...
Maybe you're not cut out for this, Scooby-Doo.
I don't think Scooby-Doo has to worry about her job at all. I think Scooby-Doo is just like, can just suck balls all night and stay there because she is. I mean, you can't even do one nose wheelie. Not one.
I mean, the truck is shaped like Scooby-Doo.
Saturday, he said Saturday she couldn't do it. I saw Friday she couldn't do it. So that means two nights in a row you couldn't get up on 2 wheels, and it's a 2-wheel contest.
I saw the one you put on your Instagram, Jason. That was pretty fucking cool.
The flip?
Oh, Grave Digger did a backflip and fucked up and crashed.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I saw
my son was pumped on that.
I saw that.
But I also, what did you see? Okay, did you see my daughter's face?
Yeah.
She looked bored.
No, she's just like, you guys are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know? Like, you guys are cringe-worthy. That's all. And she goes, wow.
Yeah, but she enjoyed it because it was so bad.
I enjoyed it because I enjoyed it because myself and my daughter had a connection with being assholes. I guess is the meanest way to explain it, but I felt like my daughter was picking people apart like I do, and we were both snickering to each other. We didn't snicker to like anybody in particular. We weren't like bashing anybody. We were just fucking idiots. And I was like, all right, cool. You're like me. I like that because it's it's fun to see stupid things, and I'm not like angry and against it. I'm not gonna like petition to end their event. I found it to be funny.
That was pretty impressive when you put the video up of that car going on its back 2 wheels and then just kind of like rolling on them while staying vertical. That was neat.
A couple made out the whole time.
The whole time.
But the most bizarre place you could go
Right?
to make out.
Did you get? Did they have,
Katie filmed it too because at one point even Tiger was.
They have a kiss cam.
Tiger was like, "What? Who does that? Who does that?" I'm like, "I don't know, dude."
Do you think they were on ecstasy?
Oh man, that would have made more sense. But why would you be on ecstasy in front of children at monster trucks?
But maybe you would just take ecstasy on the way to the monster trucks?
I don't think so because it was more of a. She had a hat on, so she was kind of hiding half of his face, and she was leaning. He was just to the side, and they were just lippy smooching. Whenever the monster truck wasn't going, it was just straight at it and they didn't stop, so it wasn't like full on hard tongue. It was just constant make out for real, like 5-7 minutes before they'd get a sip of beer again.
Were they attractive?
No, but they weren't. The worst thing in the world. It was just normal.
Maybe they were 2 ugly people on a first date, and they're like, "Oh, it's been so long since I made out."
No, because they really
because
they really seemed like they really knew each other.
I always think in situations like that maybe the people are having an affair. And they're just like, no one's gonna spot us at the fucking monster
Maybe
trucks.
that's what it. Maybe that because I just don't understand. I don't understand how you can make out with somebody for 3. How long's that thing go for?
2 hours.
2 hours, dude. 2 hours.
That's it.
And it's
Any
and
booby
it's-
2
hunting?
hours.
But it's
I couldn't
for
see
kids.
past.
There was an intermission too. It's for kids.
It's for kids. Everybody in there's got a kid. If you don't have a kid, you're the creepiest motherfucker ever. And if you're just there passion on front row, it is weird.
You're having an affair.
That is what it is, huh? God, we're so pathetic. New pussy. So you're going to make out with her for 3 hours, you dickhead.
Hey, she's just as guilty. She's just as excited about the new dick.
I think she was the one. She was the thirsty bitch. She was the one leaning on him the most.
That's so weird to just keep it.
I'm trying to watch Gravedigger.
But there was kids that were screaming.
Gravedigger's doing stuff.
There was kids screaming as loud as they could right next to them while they were making out.
It's creepy.
It was really. It was on Katie's story. Katie filmed it and then zoomed the camera over to Tiger, and Tiger's like, "Who does that?" You know, because we were analyzing because it wouldn't stop once I pointed it out.
It's also very frustrating to just stay at the makeout level for 2 hours straight.
You can't cop a feel.
I know,
but kids.
Or then that's the thing. Just
I
fucking
guess you
stop
can-
making out.
I guess you can make out for 3 hours in front of kids.
Or leave.
Yeah, go to a porta potty. And,
Well, no, in their defense, when Gravedigger came out, they stopped making out and they watched Gravedigger.
oh man!
But as soon as Gravedigger crashed the backflip, they were back to tonguing on straight away. When the announcer's like, "Here we go, ripping them up and shit, roll 5D, boom, boom, explosion," and they were just making out with each other the whole time that was happening.
Man,
insane.
I was disappointed that they weren't crushing cars. I
Did
promise.
they used to crush cars?
I just thought that's what that
they
meant.
usually have bigger jumps and a bigger area so that they could smash stuff. But it was like it was like a 4-wheeler track.
So it's changed a lot. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's just this stadium's not big enough to handle the
Staples
caliber.
Center.
Yeah,
Football stadiums have like that Godzilla car crusher that breathes smoke.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like, then
Oh yeah, that would have
eats the
gone a long.
cars.
That would have gone a long way.
That would have been. Now we're talking.
But it's all perspective because, like, for kid entertainment, it's ridiculous because the noise is so loud
Yeah,
and because
the
they
trucks are so big.
They're breaking the tracks and you can smell it and stuff. Like if a year ago you were at Disney on Ice and Lightning McQueen on roller skates was moving around out there, and now you're at this is big time.
Yeah.
If you're 6.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
If you're 6, this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. I'll be very curious to see because my kid came away absolutely obsessed and woke up, just picked up exactly where he left off. But kids do this. He can be obsessed with something for 2 months, or he can be obsessed with something for 36 hours.
Yep.
I'm very curious to see which one this is. We've seen lots and lots of news stories over the years of people who order food, usually fast food, and get something more than just the food item in
Get
the
these
food.
balls.
You know, you get a finger in there, or you get like a dead mouse or something like that. That's-
Fingers seem so difficult.
Yeah.
In your food?
Just to lose it.
Yeah. And then
You
to
know?
end up in somebody's takeaway?
You didn't feel it when your finger came off?
Yeah, what the fuck's
You
going on
Don't,
there?
you don't
idiot,
keep
yeah.
track of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've only
Even
got
if
10 of them.
Yeah, even if you know it can't be reattached, I'd still think you wouldn't want to just lose sight of something
Didn't
that was
you-
once your finger.
Yeah, didn't you catch when you put your hand in the pocket, there's like blood everywhere? I don't know, man. I just don't get how fingers get in food. Unless it's on purpose.
And I don't know how this one woman got, as she claims, a doorknob in her Taco Bell nachos.
A doorknob.
The whole thing.
How does a doorknob get in there?
How does it fit? Isn't a doorknob pretty big?
Most doorknobs I've ever touched.
Oh my God! She just put a doorknob in that burrito and took a photo of it.
That's
What are we doing here, people?
you
Go
have
get a
to
fucking
think that
job.
perhaps,
It's
yeah.
more.
That wasn't served to her, was it?
Eve Saint of Fishkill, New York.
Eve, get a hobby. You know, figure out a craft and use that. It'll be more fulfilling in your life than trying to get money for putting a doorknob in the burrito. And who puts a door? You should have used something else besides a doorknob. You dumbass.
I bet you could track the doorknob back to her apartment.
Probably got
too.
her fingerprints on it. Stupid
Why is
dickhead.
your,
Man.
Eve, Eve, why is your bedroom door missing a door handle?
Oh, I know, right? Like her front door doesn't have a door and a handle on it. Wasn't me.
That reminds me, the McDonald's at the Staples Center last night was, and this is not on the monster trucks, it's the most ghetto fast food experience I've ever had in my entire life. I tried to order my kid a hamburger, and I was informed they only had quarter pounders with cheese.
What?
I've never eaten at that one.
And then I said,
That's
okay.
weird, Dingo. I would have figured you'd be there for
So
sure.
then we got
Listen, I've walked past it many, many, many times. I've never eaten McDonald's at the Staples Center.
So then we got I got him the chicken nuggets, and they did have French fries, thank goodness. He wanted
nuggets.
He wanted a chocolate shake. They only had vanilla or strawberry.
That's weird.
And then he was like, "Oh, just give me one of the ices," and they're like, "Icy machine's not working."
Ah.
And then they gave me the Happy Meal with a Toy Story 4 toy, but the toy was from Ralph Rex the Internet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're struggling over there for
It's a
sure.
shitty
They sound like
McDonald's.
American
Yeah,
Airlines.
It's
It's
been
burgers.
it's been a rough year for the Staples Center.
I guess.
Has it?
No.
I'm like, what the fuck? You get all the money.
They do very well.
Fucking where's my
They do-
chocolate shake
they do-
then, you piece of
They
shit?
do 3 events in
kn-
one day.
I
Sometimes
know.
they'll do ice hockey, 2 basketball
I
games,
know.
and they change out the floor. It blows my
I
fucking
want
mind.
gold milkshakes, you fucking assholes.
How do you not have a hamburger at McDonald's?
Fucking ridiculous. That's what you started with.
Fucking Ronald should be there making them as well.
He should
Shaking
be.
kids' hands. Every day, all day, 24 hours a day. Loaded. Pay back, give back. Man, all the people that make all the money that just start wrenching it in and don't give back. Like, everyone's going to pay good money to watch you do entertaining shit. Fucking unleash your shit.
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
I'll say that for Gravedigger. He understood that people work hard for their money. And
I will say that too, Michael. He understood.
hard-earned,
Who said this dude who fed but damn doing money veterans? No, they go for it.
They do. Some I don't know, some guy in England wants to.
It's always some fucking guy in England. Man.
Yeah.
Idiots.
He's an underwater cameraman who
Yeah.
wants to let the world know and to let locals there know just how diverse and amazing ocean wildlife is. Even stuff that's right by the shoreline. That's what passes for a beach in England.
Down by the sea.
Is Cornwall, and he went out there not more than a couple hundred feet off of the coast and photographed himself with
A blue whale.
No, a jellyfish that is like bigger than an adult human.
Pound for pound.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, he said this is like 400 feet from the coast.
Fucking terror! I am scared of that jellyfish.
Such a bad time to get in that thing.
I am so scared of that jellyfish, Michael.
Yeah,
I would rather fuck with a shark.
It's an underrated, scary animal.
That is.
A jellyfish that's bigger than a man.
Can that?
Wait, are
can
they
that kill
everywhere?
you?
Oh,
Wait, was that a rare thing or is that a?
Are they just out there?
Did they get bigger and we didn't know? Like if I go to the beach, I might bump into a 20-foot jellyfish.
You don't want to bump into a 20-foot jellyfish.
Get like a lightning bolt fucking cracked off from
That
my...
thing would fucking
Right?
crack.
Like what kind of bolts
Just
does
the
that
little ones,
guy
just
have?
the little ones hurt.
Right?
Oh.
What's a 50... Holy shit, what kind of voltage does he have?
This guy
He's got
said
voltage.
he spends a lot of time down there, and it was the biggest one he's ever seen. But he did not say, "Wow, this was 50 times bigger than anyone I've ever seen."
There's just giant, large jellyfish in the sea now?
These ones are normally can get up to like 3.5 feet, which would be what's typical for them, and this one's just gigantic and double that.
Oh, he's eating like nuclear waste or something.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They should pit that thing up against the Meg.
Oh, I think the Meg would fuck that thing
The
up.
Meg is not real.
We don't know.
No, we do.
We do?
Well, it's not here yet, so you can't have the fight.
Isn't he below the goo?
Well, no, in
Oh,
the
yeah,
sequel,
no, yeah.
the Meg versus.
Is that coming out?
I'm pitching it.
Man,
Okay.
the Meg versus giant jellyfish is pretty boring.
Yeah.
I mean, giant jellyfish could zap the Meg, and then the Meg dies, or Meg bites giant jellyfish. The end.
Has there ever been a big jellyfish movie?
No, I don't think
Does
so.
the blob count?
No, it does not
It
count.
does not count. It's not a jellyfish. You are correct.
It's not a jellyfish.
What do people
Fish
don't
cannot
really-
be a land animal.
People don't really sweat jellyfish enough
We
to
never
make
had
a
the
horror
lo-
movie out of it, huh?
Have
I
we
do.
never- You do?
So do I, which
I'm
means
very
I feel
afraid of
like
them.
So when I was a kid,
it's untouched.
Yes.
when I was
Terror.
a kid, we used to have these jellyfish that would come through every summer and they'd sting the shit out
Blue
of you.
bottles.
Yeah, my brother and his friends used
Fuckers.
to drag me through them while I was on the boat, so I'd come home and I'd just be.
That's the most fucked up.
Oh my god.
They really hurt.
I used to have to get put in like a weird bathtub, like covered in soap to like.
That is
Wait,
full on torture.
you
dude.
talking about
Torture.
these fuckers
Torture.
right here, Dingo?
They got a
blue
little. They
bottles.
got a little string on them.
This, yeah, man of wars.
Yeah.
No, it's not a man.
No, they
That's
call,
what
no, they
Google's
call
calling
them.
them.
They call
Portuguese
them
man of war.
Yeah, they call them man of wars, but they're blue bottles in Australia.
Yeah, blue bottle. There it is. They're not that big, but they're just a lot of them.
They hurt.
They sting you. They zap you.
Yeah, no. But you know what though? I remember when I was a kid, they'd say, "Watch out, blue bottles are out there today," and I'd be out there.
Yeah, no one.
And every now and then I'd get stung by a blue bottle.
Yeah.
But nobody ever didn't go out there when they said blue bottles are out there.
No,
Watch
they're not,
out.
They're not killing people.
But they hurt.
They fucking hurt.
I feel like they lasted a long time. Whenever I get stung, I feel like it was hours later where they'd be still really hurting.
Oh yeah,
me.
they stick around.
It looks
Yeah.
like box jellyfish are the ones that'll kill you in Australia.
Yeah, I've never seen a big box.
I have. It's in the next book.
And you haven't lived, Dingo.
You don't. It's unnecessary.
So, a sand jellyfish is the main bad guy in the 2015 American horror film The Sand.
Okay,
Oh,
but it's about jellyfish or it's about sand?
No, it's about the jellyfish in the sand. When the tide goes out, the sand jellyfish hides just beneath the, I don't know.
Gay.
Fuck you!
Don't go. Yeah, this summer, don't go right next to the water.
Yeah, what about if you go in the water and a giant jellyfish grabs you with his giant tentacles and drowns you and then stores you somewhere and it shows that he's zapping or he's got... Do they have beaks like octopuses? Could I just make that up and my jellyfish has a beak and when it holds people it bites through their spine and makes them paraplegics underwater and then drowns them and stings them and shit? That's terrifying, right?
They could have such a powerful sting that it just melts through the flesh and bone.
A lot of these ideas would have been explored in the motion picture extravaganza Helifish. Andrew, if you want to pull up the trailer for that, this looks like a high-quality production.
Did it make it to Netflix?
No.
Radioactive mutant killer jellyfish attack a sleepy coast in Georgia. I believe this movie debuted on Vimeo.
Oh, there you go.
So it's big.
Great platform.
It looks like somebody spent, it's definitely above Woodsman level.
Everything's above Woodsman.
How dare you?
No, that's fair.
Oh my goodness.
Acrobatrics.
It's like the lowest level of real movie that you can make.
But is it as low as Sharknado?
No.
I'd say maybe a little lower than Sharknado.
Right, that makes sense.
There's a lot of green screening. There's people who are like in tubes in the ocean, and you can tell that they might really be on tubes, but they're definitely not really in the ocean. Which it seems like that's a pretty inexpensive special effect, but what do I know?
And then do they get a real jellyfish, or are they coming out of the water, or?
Yeah, I saw one bit in here where a guy is like crawling out of the water and the jellyfish is dragging him back in.
Oh, this looks great.
All right, well, as long as they can actually get a hold of somebody and pull them in, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little suspicious on this movie.
Oh, this movie's deeply suspicious, and I believe I saw a bit at the end where a jellyfish comes out that's like 40 feet tall.
Sick. That's what we want.
Well, I'm looking at a
Nah, it's shit.
giant lion's mane jellyfish. Supposedly they're 120 feet.
See,
A
this
real
is
one?
the one that I saw.
Wait, what? Wait, he's talking about 120
You
feet.
should get out of the water.
Enough of the jellyfish. It's the dumbest shit ever.
Oh no, it's
Wait,
the smelly fish.
Kevin, you're saying a real jellyfish that's 100 feet long.
That's what the internet's trying to tell me.
What does that eat? Do jellyfish have teeth? This is stupid.
So.
Of course they don't.
They don't have teeth.
So what do they do?
They just suck.
Suck what? Where's their mouth?
I think they just absorb through their
tentacle
phalanges.
Is there any brain in there, or do they even know what the fuck they're doing?
Hey, we gotta figure this out.
Who the fuck are they?
What are they?
How do magnets work?
Whoa!
All right, take a look at that.
Holy shit! Is that real?
You don't fuck with that.
What does it do? Why does it exist?
Terror.
Well, things that don't have bones can like evolve bigger pretty easily, right?
And there's something about giant, like jellyfish, living really, really long time. So if they just survive without an outside source killing them,
how does something just float around in the ocean like that with sharks around?
And they
sharks don't eat it?
They apparently have a mouth, and they eat and shit out of the same opening.
They're so disgusting.
That's awesome.
Which makes it so good for a horror movie.
Yeah.
When I poo you out and then eat somebody else when the poo's coming out.
Yeah.
That's just like you're getting eaten and you're getting shit on you at the same time.
Yeah, it's like this generation's John Voight getting vomited out of the anaconda is well, you can still get John Voight. He can get shit out of a jellyfish.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah, he'll do stuff for money.
He will. He is
You see that
definitely
thing he did
available
for Trump the other day?
for money. No, what did he do?
I saw a video on Instagram of him talking about how great Trump is, and
Who did?
John Voight.
Oh.
And he just doesn't seem that sharp.
He's a big-time right-wing political guy.
Right. Super dad too, right?
I guess.
I don't know what Angelina would say.
She won't talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The...
And he doesn't know what her kids' names are on television.
She doesn't know her kids' names?
He did that. Stern pulled him open and tore him apart. He was on a red carpet. and they brought up something about his daughter who won't speak to him, and he starts saying some shit about the kids. Happy birthday to Moodarks or something. And it's like, that's not his name. And he's like, oh, I mean, Maddox or some shit. Like he doesn't. So he did tried to reach out using TV.
Wow.
And at the same time didn't know the kid's name. So it's tough for me to think that he actually gives a shit.
I'm on the Wikipedia page for the lion's mane jellyfish.
Mm-hmm.
And it says the largest recorded specimen found washed up on the shore of Massachusetts Bay in 1870 had a bell with a diameter of 7 feet 6 inches and tentacles that were 120 feet long.
Wow. That's a big octopus.
And an even bigger jellyfish.
Same family.
Is it?
Has to be.
It isn't.
The octopus and the jellyfish?
I mean, a jellyfish is made of jellies. No.
I bet you an octopus shits out its mouth. No, I think
you might be right. You might be right. I don't think he has 2 holes either.
He doesn't?
If I had to guess, I would say that an octopus shits out its mouth too.
I butchered up some octopuses this weekend. I did not see a poop hole.
Right?
It's just one hole.
Did you eat them? Did you cook them?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, I didn't just butcher them for sport.
Yeah,
it'd be a good fight. Giant jellyfish versus a giant octopus.
Who wins?
I mean, I guess it's just whoever gets their beak latched
Well, I think
on
the jellyfish have the stingers, and then the octopus has probably the strength because they can squeeze you.
Does a jellyfish have strength?
An octopus have strength?
No, does a jellyfish have
I don't know about strength, but it has stingers, so it can fucking
But I think the
sting you
big
to
ones don't even have stingers.
Really?
I don't know.
I think there are some jellyfish that don't sting you.
Do those jellyfish tentacles actually grab stuff? Or is it more just sticky?
I thought that they kind of like got stuck to you. Like imagine if there was like cooked pasta that could attack you. That basically I was just holding a bunch of cooked pasta, and if I just swung it your way, if it touched you, it was going to wrap around and get stuck.
Yeah, but not a very firm grip, not like an octopus. Remember I told you that lady couldn't get an octopus off her. And
right.
It was a baby one.
But ocean animals don't have arms and fingers to brush them off. If you're a dolphin and it gets on you, what are you going to do to get it off?
Oh, yeah. I think it's got like microscopic little barbs, the jellyfish. That
right.
They do?
Attach onto you, yeah. But they're so tiny. Then that's how they deliver their sting.
What a wondrous world with so crazy little...
So beautiful, isn't it?
Creatures everywhere. The beautiful creatures everywhere, Dingo.
Some of them can kill you. Some of them can sting you.
You got little thorns on you, you beautiful little bastard, you know? How the fuck did you grow those?
Now, doesn't that help you believe more that there could be a Bigfoot out there?
What do you mean a Bigfoot?
Yeah, for sure.
Because... back in the day, people were talking about these giant octopuses and stuff. It wasn't until recently that we found the giant squid.
Agreed.
What do you mean? It was in the 1800s they found a giant squid.
No. That was a jellyfish.
Well, agreed. If our woods were teeming with little 2-foot-tall Bigfoot, and somebody said, there's one in there that's 8 feet tall.
Wait, what's a monkey?
Isn't that a different species?
Isn't it? Yeah, couldn't it be? Isn't like what about if there was a giant chimpanzee?
I still feel like that's different from Bigfoot. Bigfoot is more manny.
But
how smart is Bigfoot?
We can't say that. But a giant ape-like man
you look pretty smart.
It's like you see little jellyfishes. I don't feel like is the giant jellyfish just the same as another jellyfish?
I would think it's a different species.
It is, right?
I would think
it's the giant jellyfish species,
right?
So it's a little bit different.
But also, but you missed my point, Tully, in that I'm just saying that there's a lot of unexplored territory, and we are discovering new things all the time.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's more likely if there's one of something that there's a different one of that thing out there than...
Maybe that's true, but that doesn't discount the fact that there could be something out there that you haven't discovered yet.
It's just harder to discover stuff in the woods. I'll go with... Because you know how they say people haven't checked the Amazon yet, like all of the Amazon?
Right.
So, but that's the only last place on the planet of dry land that people haven't checked the ground yet.
Well, but you're talking about places that people haven't been. Like, okay, let's just take, for example, the woods behind my house. It's only about 10 acres, right?
Yeah.
So, but there was very few people that ever went through those woods. Since I grew
And you think
up.
there's a Sasquatch in your backyard?
No.
No.
You think there's a Sasquatch here in LA?
In this case, Will has jerked off and ate charcuterie in every single inch of those woods, but not everybody who lives there could say that.
Right. No, but like my grandfather would have hunted in those woods, and
Did
so
he
did
see
my
any
dad.
scratch?
But aside from those 3 people, there's hardly anybody been in those woods. I'm just saying that just because a human's been there once doesn't mean that consider that explored.
So you think there is a Sasquatch out there?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
But I'm just saying there could be.
I don't think there could be.
I mean, there could be
I
talking
just feel like
Oreo cookies in the woods
it's
too.
a family.
Oh, come on.
Is it a family? It's not a magical beast. It has to have a family, yeah?
Right.
Where's the bones?
So that means that they've got kids.
In my Bigfoot world, sure, yeah.
So then the baby Bigfoot didn't just like hear the cars and go to the freeway to see what was up because he was a stupid child?
No danger. That's what Daddy Bigfoot would have told.
Do you think I mean, the only way that it's possible that Sasquatches exist in this world today and that we don't know is that they are indeed far smarter than us.
Yeah.
And know exactly where to be, where we will never see them, except a couple of dudes that caught a video in the 80s.
Who all happen to be crazy, coincidentally.
Yeah. Absolutely out of their fucking minds.
And obviously, Bigfoot had to get advanced word of any real estate developments that were going to change their habitat and get out of those areas.
Just like all the other animals do. They get advance word, and that's why the animals leave when there's going to be a building.
That makes
built
no fucking sense. What are you trying to say right there? Everything. What about when coyotes show up because they get mowed out of their town? Same with deer. Why isn't one teenage Sasquatch accidentally been spotted in the hills because he's been pushed out of his city?
Sasquatch without a cause.
No.
Yeah, he's a
it's
rebel.
Because Sasquatch is part of the thin veil of that other dimension of which we are not partaken.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
not. You failed to consider.
I can't believe
a
I'm gonna
slightly different dimension overlapping with ours.
Yes, Jason.
It's the only way that it works is there's another dimension that is right next to ours where they live, and every now and then they pop out of that dimension to this dimension.
Well, yeah, it overlaps, and that's why you have.
They know how to go into dimensions.
Yeah, they're interdimensional beings.
They're
yes.
interdimensional beasts.
Absolutely, they are.
So whenever they see people, they just go to the other dimension, and we never see them.
Yeah.
They are always kind of walking away.
It does make sense.
Why are they always walking away?
Well, they're heading to another dimension.
Why are they walking towards?
They're heading for the portal.
It's called the dimension
No,
walk.
they don't want anything to do with stupid humans.
Yeah. We are stupid.
Look what they've done to our world, son.
Right.
Look, world bad. People make world bad.
Do they have like a teleporter, or they just know where the dimension hole is?
Maybe they have a smartphone.
Do they have like a teleporting remote?
I think they have help.
What kind of
With
help?
aliens?
From aliens.
Yeah, but not.
So Sasquatches are friends with aliens, and they're the way that we communicate. That's the way that aliens find out what we're doing is through the Squatch that live in another dimension. So whenever they're sighted, they can just go to that dimension.
Yeah, when you say it that way, it sounds stupid. But it's not aliens that are from a different planet. It's just they're interdimensional beings that can cross over. We don't have that ability, but they have that ability. I guess some people have that ability, but
Same planet, different dimension.
Does Tony Hawk have that ability, Will?
He is a Superman.
Is he? Dimensions. I mean, that would make up for a lot of why we don't see Squatch.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You can explain just about anything that way.
I don't know about that.
Really? What can't you?
It just seems so far-fetched to say anything else is in another dimension. Sasquatch, very hard to see. If you talk about sharks or wolves or stuff, I mean, you see them all the time. Why would they be in another dimension? We've seen them.
Yeah.
But out of all the things, I mean,
Sasquatches?
maybe I just feel like Loch Ness Monster's too big to go to another dimension.
It's hard to get through the portal. It's a big
What
portal.
are you basing that on?
I mean, I'm basing it on that Sasquatch is an intelligent human race man.
Isn't it kind of weird that there's so many paintings of dogs playing poker, and yet I've never seen a dog do that in real life? It's kind of weird how that spontaneously occurred to so many different artists, unless they were aware on some weird alternate dimension level of dogs that do play poker somewhere.
It's in our genes.
That dogs play poker?
Yep.
Yeah.
Must have seen it somewhere.
Yeah.
That seed's planted.
Pretty cool poker game.
And you know what? We see that painting, we don't even question it. We don't like, hey, why are dogs playing? We just accept it.
Are they smoking cigars?
I
too?
never accepted that. I always thought that was fucking stupid. Because dogs don't even really like cards.
How do you know?
Because I've tried to play everything with my dog.
There you go. Didn't want to play cards.
Nothing about it makes sense. Like if the dog's playing poker, we're playing for food. But what do they need with chips? Like what's keeping them at the
They trade
table?
the chips for food, dude.
Yeah, they
Dude,
can trade them for cigars and
you
stuff.
don't hang out with dogs very much, do you? If you play for food, if you play cards for food, and the food's there, they ain't playing cards.
Yeah, good point. Card game's over.
Yeah. Guess what? They got a better idea. How about we move this game, fuck it off, and just start eating that food?
How about we're
And
just dogs eating food?
10 out of 10 dogs agree that they should just start eating the fucking food.
Now that's a great painting.
Yeah, now how
Dogs
many
eating
paintings?
food.
Yeah, how many paintings have you seen of dogs eating food?
Lots.
Hardly any.
I've seen a lot. That's pretty much what dogs do.
But people don't paint it.
They do paint it.
Can you find a painting of a dog eating food?
What are animals in a trough?
No,
Pigs,
it's gotta be
maybe.
dogs. And they gotta be
Horses.
eating food, dog food.
Hot rumor has it the next 007.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's a girl, a black girl.
That's right.
With 3 legs.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Good for her.
One red eye, one blue eye.
That's cool.
Is it? I don't know. I'm not a Bond person, so I don't really care. Do you
Oh,
guys?
I'm devastated. No,
I'm
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I
think
liked
Pierce
Daniel-
Brosnan ruined all
I like Daniel
James
Craig.
Bonds.
I thought Daniel Craig was a good Bond.
Yeah, congratulations, millennial. It's the only fucking Bond you know.
That is not true.
Pierce Brosnan,
George.
fuck, if Pierce Brosnan could be James Bond, fucking anybody can be James Bond. He sucks. How could you beat up anybody when you're just some fat fucking dad bod? You don't know any martial arts. Hello, Hunter, you've called the show.
Sean Connery?
That's
Hey, guys.
Bond.
Hey, man.
Hey, if you guys ever do a movie, you got to do the Woodsman versus Will's version of the Sasquatch.
Only if Will plays the Sasquatch.
Done.
That should be #1 priority.
There it is. So what are we doing? We're doing a Sasquatch movie and Will's a Sasquatch?
Woodsman versus interdimensional Sasquatch.
I mean, dude.
Starring Will Pendarvis.
It's not that hard to do an interdimensional Sasquatch for a movie. Bit tougher to do it in real life, but I mean, the Sasquatch sees people coming and then he fucking goes into another dimension.
Yeah, are we going to have to show the other dimension? Because that'll get pricey in a hurry.
Green screen. I could green screen a dimension. Yeah, just make it like one color or something.
What do you think he does in this other dimension, Will? How is it different from
Is
ours?
it packed with Sasquatch?
Oh yeah, they're all hanging out and having a
Doing
good
what?
time. You know,
Playing poker.
No,
What?
they're eating food. They're communicating.
Is
with
it just
each
tables
other.
of food or do they have a
fucking-
forest?
They probably have houses.
That's a good point.
Yeah, what about if the Sasquatch world is riddled with crazy overpopulation and it's stretched to the breaking point of what sort of Sasquatch population the Earth can handle, and so
Yeah.
these are sort of like
They're
refugees
scouts.
coming over here.
No, they're scouts looking. They're going to take over.
I like to imagine it like they're in the Little Monsters realm. Do you ever see that movie?
Yep.
Where
that
Howie
was a great
Mandel's
movie.
a monster and they go under people's beds and they can travel
That's
to
a good
different beds.
movie.
It is a good movie. I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Yeah. What's it called? Monsters HQ? Or
Holy
Monsters
shit,
IQ?
Dingo.
Something-
Just a couple more
Little
for the road.
Monsters.
Little Monsters?
Yeah, with Fred Savage
Yeah,
and
okay,
Howie
it was
Mandel.
called, that's why.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot that he said Little Monsters.
Yep.
It's called Little Monsters.
You said you love that movie. What's it called? You know that, right?
I know.
All right.
It's a funny movie. I just couldn't remember what it was
It's a funny
called.
sentence you just said, too.
What's that movie where Julia Roberts plays that really pretty woman?
Runaway Bride.
Oh,
I think it's been fun. I've enjoyed it.
so many laughs.
We're still in the air, right?
It's so many giggles.
Who knows?
Yep. Remember, kids, it's never too late to turn that frown upside down. Don't die. What the fuck?
The king of the afternoons isn't just on the radio.
They've been all around the world, and no one's ever told us how many M&Ms they can fit in their foreskin.
Stay informed and catch up on all the behind-the-scenes footage by following them on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood,
Oh, yes!
Did I get it?
No.
at Kevin Kraft, and at The Jason Ellis Show.
Oh, God, he's going to spin.
Oh!
Oh!
You should definitely snowboard for sure. You will be a sick snowboarder.
The Jason Ellis Show is also available whenever and wherever you want it, on demand with the SiriusXM app or on your computer.
It is mind-boggling.
What's going on?